My God!
I've forgotten the intensity of it.
To the 10th episode of Dirty 20, and first of the new year. 3 and a bit hours of laughter, drama, and adventure that we call a D&D podcast. I'm Ewan, your Dungeon Master, and once again I'm joined by my colourful cast of characters preparing to launch their cunning plan. We don't have Ben with us unfortunately today. He's down in Brighton having a life, whatever that is.
Having a day off.
And he might not be here next week either. So hopefully he will be able to come on the 26th, which is my birthday.
Are you birthday?
Yeah,
I
thought I said it.
This character called DM shows up and wants you to show him a good time.
Do it. Like, do it.
Night to remember.
Not sure there's anything else that we have to say except for that all of us today are, I'm pretty sure, maybe not all of us, but the majority of us are using our brand new dice that we hoarded over Christmas.
Yes.
I myself got about 7 or 8 sets.
Shout out to Cricket.
Yeah,
Not
We're not
sponsors, just good
sponsored, but we love them.
Cricket.com.
I heard that's quick cock there for a minute. I was like,
Oh, that's a different thing.
Cricket. Now these are all bit
they
of
write
tongue
themselves.
twisters,
They
aren't
write themselves.
Yeah, they do. So check out that website. Obviously, it's not sponsored
He's
because
a really
we're
cool
way
guy.
too poor.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Tim.
I'll try to remember his name,
So, without further ado, let's delve into today's episode of Day 20.
Roll the intro.
Only a 10-day ago, 6 strangers awoke, chained together in a cold, damp cell. Despite mistrust between them, they soon had no choice but to rely on each other as they were tossed into Glutz's fighting pits. Having slain their enemy, the group of strangers took the opportunity to escape. Stealth didn't last long before Glutz, the big tight suit wearing ogre, showed up. After slaying him victoriously and heavily wounding his right-hand man, they made a run for it, escaping into the fresh air at last, but in an unfamiliar land. These strangers decided there was strength in numbers and began their trek backward to civilization. It was a hard journey, coming across an orc-raided watermill and being attacked by warg riders at dawn.
Quick cock.
Quick cock. They even crossed paths and nearly swords with a bounty hunter named Samuel.
Oh, no.
An encounter the plucky young cleric was unlikely to forget. Finally, though, they happened upon a standing building, a lonesome tavern. Here they met an elven bard, Daira, that decided to join them on their journeying. The strangers found out a band of orcs had been demanding money from the owner, whom asked these unusual characters to just keep to themselves and not get involved. Alas, they couldn't. After killing the ogres that came that night, the strangers marched north in an attempt to end the raiding once and for all. Along the way, they were attacked by a pack of wild dogs and using magic managed to cause one to become friendly. They named it Thier.
Pain is still raw.
Get a bit of salt rubbing it in that wound. As the
Amelia hasn't fixed that.
As the last ogre fell, the strangers searched the encampment and they had created. Not the strangers, the orcs. In addition to the trinkets was a note from an individual named Korzor. It seemed they wanted the strangers dead. In a separate tent, they found 4 caged people, 2 of whom stood out to the strangers. A young boy named Darren, and a tabaxi that went by Setting Stars. After questioning the boy, it seemed they had family in a nearby city, Sill City. The strangers set forth once more along the roads, this time headed east. After journeying for several more days, they passed through the towering stone gates of Sill City, welcomed by the coastal breeze. Upon arriving, they found lodgings in the Early Hound, meeting the lovable yet loud Arthur Keep. The strangers agreed to stick together, especially in the face of a mixed greeting from the locals. All the same, they found some friendly faces in Kyoko and Marcus. The strangers took to Kyoko, the man from the Pearl Isles. They agreed to help him with an issue surrounding some thugs. They managed to track down and kill all but one thief, Fenix, whom they released, but not before alerting the city to the presence of a magic user. Cries of witchcraft filled the streets. Escaping down the sewers, the strangers happened upon the hideout of King Mayfly, a character they had been warned about. He greeted them warmly, telling them he knew of their exploits. He has worked for them, but first required them to prove capable assets. He then had them plunge back into the sewage in search of an escaped creature. Finding it, the strangers battled hard, losing their pet dog Curry in the process. Saddened by the loss, Gaia decided it was time to leave and slipped away unnoticed. To King Mayfly, the job had been done, and he rewarded the strangers with a contract. Destroy 2 Underdog warehouses and be paid 2,000 gold pieces. After a night's rest, the strangers resumed their quest. They returned to the sickly Earl, the swine hole of a tavern. Here they investigated the presence of the Underdog activity. In some clever tricks of intrigue and deception, Alistair managed to convince them he was in the gang. He was shown particular interest by a magic user, Camilla. She ordered him to protect the Vale House warehouse in order to clear Undead from the sewer network there. Upstairs, Rusty listened in on some conversations, discovering that the Gorge Square warehouse was undergoing repairs on the roof and seemed to be storing explosives. After divulging the information to each other, the group split up.
Mistake number 1.
This is where things get crazy.
This is where it all fell apart.
Rusty and Thrisk headed to Gorge Square, the rest to Vale Street. At Gorge Square, the two scaled an abandoned building before investigating the roof of the warehouse. In a spur-of-the-moment decision, Thrisk leapt from the roof, wild-shaped into a fully-sized bear, and landed inside the warehouse. The guards, who were very clearly alerted to the noise, rushed to see what the noise was. Upon discovering a huge brown bear on the top floor of their warehouse, they immediately began to attack. Thrisk climbed back out, and together they escaped, but not before Rusty changed his appearance to that of Fenix for the guards to see. Meanwhile, at Vale Street, the others decided to attempt to enter via the sewer network that Aria had discovered. They came across the Undead, and Alistair, in a flurry of magic and way too many reactions, almost killed them immediately.
By accident.
Before he realised he wasn't actually meant to help the underdogs, and so tracing back, they headed to the warehouse itself and entered freely. A dwarven man behind the desk explained to them the situation with the undead and expressed the need for it to be done ASAP. Otherwise, certain shipments cannot be made. Unsure of their next move, the strangers, you guys, have met back up at the Early Hound. You were discussing how we want to approach the situation, and you were drawing up plans. So, what the fuck are you going to do?
Forgot to mention
Okay,
how
Frisk,
we
while
weren't supposed
shaking
to
to a
call.
bear.
It wasn't my proudest moment. I thought, good work. I thought it would distract them. It did distract them.
It allied them to your presence.
Oh my god.
Alright,
5 weeks on, I still can't get over that.
so your reaction was like, oh god, what do I do now? Why did I do that?
I'd love to have been there.
Alright, so, what was his voice? What was my character's voice?
What was my character's
Vocal
voice?
exercises.
Well, It doesn't sound different on recording, so I guess I could just speak normally. Yes, so I've got a sort of a plan. No idea if it would work or what the repercussions would be, but it's better than killing the undead for them. So, we all know there's a nest of undead under their warehouse. I'm thinking we somehow, not sure how, herd them undead into their warehouse, have them flood the warehouse, and then somehow alert the guards to undead in that warehouse. The guards come in, deal with the undead, and then realise, holy crap, this is an illegal warehouse, and all of the deaths that are caused by the undead are caused by the undead, not us.
I like it.
That solves Vale Street, but not God Street.
God Street's got explosives. That's pretty much.
And they're keeping their good.
That is
Yes,
a good point.
but I do not know about. When I went in, I didn't hear about Gorge Street, so I'm thinking once this warehouse is taken out, I go downstairs, and because Fenrix is somehow back,
Yes, now Fenrix has a gang.
I blame that gang for messing up my operations of dealing with the undead. I say I dealt with the undead, that was my plan, but I didn't know about this. This was an uncomplication that I wasn't warned about. Send me to your best warehouse to protect, and then I guess we just blow it up. Because it's already blown up once before, apparently.
Well, maybe it has explosives in it, makes sense. I like it.
How do we hurt the undead?
That is the first problem.
And
Necromancer.
I'm pretty tired. I can only
Do
use.
you know anyone?
No.
Wait, guys. Where the fuck is Rusty?
That is Rusty.
I'm here.
Oh, fair enough.
of course.
He's quiet.
Sorry, he's so quiet.
Do you have any idea how we could hurt the undead or alert the guards to? You say you always have a way. Do you think you could do that? This is the way.
Maybe.
That's better than no. So,
Yes.
I'm thinking you and Frisk alert the guards to the present when noise.
I don't think that's a good idea.
What? Why?
I may be known that I am a magic wizard.
You can come with us then. Can you wild shape? Do you have any wild shape?
Yeah, I got a little best. I can wild shape. I can. It's not turn into a bear.
So you wild shape.
But it's weirdly specific.
Weirdly specific, yes.
Didn't King Mayfly... What were his specific instructions again? We were meant to be discreet.
He said, take out the
He said to do it
warehouses.
without killing
Discreetly.
anyone.
He said,
Remember.
take them out.
Yeah.
And the short of it was, do it discreetly. If not, make sure it isn't traced back to him.
Doesn't trace back to him, right?
That's why the
yeah.
undead is good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But
people
you
are
basically
like,
have
oh,
to
it's
find a
not
way of
undead.
getting rid
Yeah.
of these people without, like, direct involvement, essentially.
Yeah.
Which is hard because
Yeah.
they've already seen your mask. So
Would any of us
I'm a
know what
bodyguard,
maybe
too.
attracts undead? If anything attracts them? Maybe you could do some kind of lure.
people.
Well, yeah.
Corpses.
An intelligence check. And you can do it as well.
Okay. Let's use
Intelligence.
my Raven dice. My intelligence isn't
Where the fuck is my intelligence?
great. Oh, just straight
Should be on
intelligence.
like your actual modifier.
Yeah. 15 for me.
50.
Shite, 7.
Uh,
She's back.
Hey,
She is back. Probably like raw meat, maybe. You don't know necessarily of anything specifically that will
Toes.
encourage
You
them. You know
have-
what will get rid of them though. Like, not get rid of them, but they don't like the smell of incense or holy water.
Yeah, anything.
That sort of stuff.
So
From what you've read, is like the deterrent of undead. If
you
it makes
have,
sense.
for some reason, raw body parts in your bag.
I might lose them.
Was it the Mighty Nine that had like an alligator pelt in their bag for like 50
And it
sessions?
turned
I
out it
think.
was like
So-
mush.
Yeah, by the time they sold it in
Oh,
like
no, what was it? The one I'm watching, they still had like fucking beholder brains in their bag, and it was
Yeah.
literally just moulded.
Great
to
I
shit,
know.
moldy shit.
Hilarious.
The amount of stuff that Grog had in the bag. Like, he literally just dumped it out at one point. People were like, what the fuck?
Yes. Got some rotten meat.
Perfect.
You can come with us then. Ari, you can go with Rusty and alert the guards to any noise.
Sure.
There. What should,
Sure.
If we're trying to think of ways to get the undead into the house, perhaps we simply walk in and say that we did the job. It's safe to unlock the door to the sewers now. Then we place the bait there, and the undead come and do our job for us.
yeah, that's one.
It's a way to open the door without causing suspicion.
Wait, was there a sewer door?
There was
a sewer
We
grate
saw
in one of the corners of the room, yeah.
Yeah, that they open up so that the shipments in.
You didn't see anyone open it up, but you did see that there
yeah,
was one.
he said they come through the sewers.
Yeah, they said, and you saw signs of activity there, like scuff marks on the
Yeah,
floor.
yeah.
Like, it's regularly used, but you didn't
Exactly.
actively see it.
Yeah, I was just making sure.
Why do they have undead under there?
I have no clue, and I don't care at this point.
Yes.
After we take out the warehouse, then we can deal with the undead if it becomes a bigger problem. But right now, I guess we can use them to our advantage. As
Yes.
much as I hate saying that.
I don't like it either. We got to do what we got to do.
Alright, so Frisk, you're with me and Kensai, I guess. And Aria, you're with Rusty on alerting the guards when you hear screaming undead.
Alright.
Should we find a way to, once we've unlocked the door, once we've unlocked the grate to the sewers, then should we leave immediately and find a way to block the door so that they don't just escape?
I'm thinking
Or do you think that would be enough?
we unlock the door, place the bait, and then we go in through the sewers the other way. And then make sure the undead are going there.
Wouldn't the bait be enough? They'll smell it and go there on their own.
Didn't you say that they didn't like things like
My main
incense,
point is
holy
we don't
stuff?
want any of the
What was
house.
that, sorry?
You said that undead didn't like things like incense and holy stuff.
Well, I think you should change your mask.
That's what he remembers from reading
I can
Yeah.
religious
do
texts.
prestidigitation if you don't want to take it off. To change
But
your
you don't
mask.
know if that's true or not.
Yeah.
I mean,
Into that of a hound, maybe?
it's not like they're a common
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Alright.
Would you share?
Don't know if that
Sorry.
would work.
Can I
Would you
use
share your undead information?
my undead
Yeah.
information?
Would you have shared that what you learned about them?
Yeah.
Couldn't you maybe perhaps use that to make them run into the warehouse? Like use your holiness to like force them to go that way?
We should-
Do you have anything like that?
It's only had an ability that makes
It's-
undead run away.
Yeah, channel. I have channel divinity that makes
That is what
undead
I was
afraid
going for.
of me.
Yeah, turn undead.
Yeah.
Cleric, Turn Undead is paladins, isn't it?
No,
No, it's
Clerics as well.
yeah. They both,
Half,
they
half,
both
of the,
do.
half of the grave.
They
It's
both have channel divinity, but
Oh, sick.
clerics are
Perhaps your
More
way
powerful.
of hurting
Okay.
them towards the warehouse might work.
That's
think.
my
yeah,
tell.
that's
That's
one.
not
I don't
your
want them
hands,
to just place a bait and then
Hope for the best.
go to another random place in the sewer.
Need to funnel them.
Yeah.
Block off all their exits.
Okay.
That's why we should change your mask. Can I use prestidigitation
Can you
to
change
change
our
his
mask?
mask? Can I use it like
We were
once
talking about this
to
just
keep
now,
the
right?
illusion of the tattoo, and then change his mask?
Hold on, I'll check. Continue and I'll just check.
If you can change
Just
your
hold
mask, that'd be great. That'd be great.
It's like holding the spell until
Are you okay? That's it. Yep.
Oh, I'm just a bit constipated.
I'm just there, just like.
it's like going. What is he
Okay,
doing?
now you show a bit of see. Shit.
Whole time Ken's just like, what is he doing?
And yes, after that, because I'm not, I guess, I'm kind of a part of the Underdogs now. I can go in, create a ruckus, get sent to the other warehouse, and then we deal with that tomorrow, I
The
guess.
plan for the second warehouse. at the
Just to
moment,
blow it up?
I think that might cause
Uh,
way more
no.
attention.
I
That
can't
would
do that.
be
Who
that
runs
would be
the
that
warehouse?
would be leaning into the realm of
Disguise.
disguise self like illusion magic.
I have
Whereas-
this. Oh, it's disguise self. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah,
Is
unfortunately.
it the same gang that runs both warehouses?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Underdog.
Okay. And it is full of
I
explosions.
have
you
a
said.
plan for the second warehouse.
Sorry, just as a reminder, what were the... Because I think we tried to look. I couldn't remember if we got a good look at it or not. What were in the crates that they were going in our warehouse?
You didn't look?
Yeah, we'll just...
Oh, yeah, you might have seen... Oh, you saw
tried
one
to have a
guy
peek,
putting...
but like not
Yeah,
like...
I
You
had a
saw
little peek.
someone. So you didn't look actively into the...
But it was like...
stuff, but it looked like guys putting like...
Stuff
You know,
in
like-
toys. Sort of. Or-
No, not quite that, but it was like a crate with other stuff in it that you could see, with you know that kind of hay stuff that they put
Yeah.
in crates to make it like softer. I'm trying to think of a way of describing like that. Your stereotypical drug package with like wrapped up,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that, like pieces of blocks of
Okay.
paper
Heroin
wrapped up.
block, like kind
Sort
of
of
thing,
looks
yeah.
like it could be something like that. It looks suspicious being put into this crate, like hidden underneath
Okay.
stuff.
Alright, so we go into the
So it won't
warehouse.
blow up, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know.
We go into the warehouse, say
I didn't say it was drugs.
it's...
Oh, shit.
we say it's... Undead is clear. You can open the sewage. What if they check?
That's a good point.
Were we given specific instructions to destroy the warehouses, or
No,
just take away the Underdog's possession of
I,
them
if I am to guess, I think Mayfly would wish to take over his warehouse
himself? Right.
which is why he doesn't want them destroyed, which is why the explosion
You
is
should
the
be
second
more
one.
specific.
He
Yes.
should, but his type no.
1 out of 2 isn't bad. It's half.
If we alert the authorities to the other warehouse, will the authorities claim possession of the warehouse and then Mayfly loses it?
I take out my I take off my Uluru Guild branch and give it to you.
Okay.
You can use this. It's Mayfly's signal to guards that are under his payroll.
Oh,
So if you give it to show this around, maybe
okay.
they'll get what you mean by leaving the warehouse alone.
Okay.
I'll give it to Val-Aeria.
Okay.
Alright. So I guess we just banking on the fact that they don't check if the undead are gone.
Do we have any anything we could disguise perhaps as an undead head or limb that you can take as proof?
I mean, there's plenty of them in the sewers at the moment.
We don't want to kill too many of them. No? We want most of them.
I'm talking about the ones I've already
Oh,
killed.
that's your sheet, by the
That's
way.
true.
If you still want it.
Oh, my new one.
So
Yeah,
I'm
what's
guessing-
mine?
Okay, so we go to the sewers, get a body of the undead or a head of the undead, go back into the warehouse, try it around, say we've killed all the undead, here's proof, and then unlock the gate, put the bait in, go back into the sewers, scare the undead into the warehouse.
There's one problem we've got in that we have to go to the same spot we were attacked last time. There might be some waiting for us there if the bodies are still there. Assuming that I don't know how undead work, but would they?
I
eat
can
their own
check.
kind?
I can check if they're there. I've got Eye of the Grave, which basically I can sense undead and where they are.
In total darkness as well.
Yep, as long as they're not behind full cover.
Okay.
Alright, and I guess if things fuck up, we improvise.
I'm good at it.
When stuff inevitably fails in D&D, we improvise.
Shall we rest before this big day we have upon us?
Perhaps we should come up with a more concrete plan for the second warehouse that doesn't
That is
involve
what is on
destroying.
my mind
We
right
can
now.
do that tomorrow.
Can we?
Well,
He didn't give us a time limit, did
he
he?
didn't give us a time limit.
Yeah.
I can cause a ruckus
But
and
your
say,
cover will have a limited time limit. It won't take long for her to go for, what was her name, Camilla, to eventually ask the Hound about who you are, and then he'll say he doesn't know you. If this is going to be a plan, it needs to be fast acting. If you want to be able to sneak in.
I'll need to go back to Camilla and get sent to the other warehouse as well.
My point is that we need to have a plan before that, and that would need to happen quickly. The longer we wait, the more chance there is that she will talk to the Hound.
So can someone pass a spell? Ooh, but I think I've
Which one do you want? Player's handbook?
Player's handbook. That's
Ooh.
it. I think I've.
No?
Just a second. Can you check if I can learn control fire? Yeah, that is
Second level. You mean the only second level I've got on here is flame blade and continual flame.
Oh, that's the one. Okay.
So it creates no heat. Doesn't use oxygen. It just looks like a regular flame.
Sorcerer cantrip.
So what did you find in this warehouse?
Nope,
You
I
didn't,
can't.
you didn't check.
We briefly checked, just like what you said, basically. We saw these boxes with straw, and they were like these
Yeah, never mind.
packages being packed into the straw. Well,
Okay.
we saw like a brief look.
Yeah, you were with them. You
I was on
yeah, you were
this
with
team.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were really silent for some reason.
I was deep in thought.
It was like, we were like, why is Arya letting us to do all the talking?
Well, we're both pretty charismatic. I let him have this one.
Yeah. Alright, so second warehouse. Frisk or Rusty, do you have any ideas, considering you were there?
Right. So.
Yeah, so we're going to have to talk about the fact that Fenrix is now involved in this as well. I mean,
I can.
that's a thing.
I saw
we
him.
use Fenrix.
We use him.
We use him.
Yes.
To
They
get
think
control
that
of him.
Fenrix is involved.
That's what. Yes, I was saying that so I could use that to sort of as a explanation of why I didn't get rid of the undead, or why the undead plan went to crap. I can sort of use him for that.
And he's got a bear.
He's got a bear.
Yes.
Yes.
How the fuck did you get a bear?
I don't know.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This city is so strange.
Yes. Alright, how do we use him then?
As far as the underdogs are concerned, do they think he's dead?
I don't think he's alive.
They think he's alive now.
Apparently, he just showed up at the other warehouse and challenged the pound. Idiot.
We need to find a way to not blow up the warehouse. That is priority number one. There must be a way that we can flush them out.
I liked Fenrix's idea.
Which was
Yes, but how do we use
Bears.
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 Bears? What would
How?
I mean the idea.
How
that
do we
didn't
get
work.
bears? We've only got one bear, and that's you.
We get the second bear.
Where from?
Where from?
Fenrix.
We don't.
Fenrix.
Yes.
Okay. And then what do we do with that?
What do we do with the two bears?
2 bears in the warehouse.
Yes.
Would flush them all out. Only one.
Are they scared of bears? Did they seem like the type that frighten easily?
They did shout a lot.
They also attacked a lot as well.
They had a big crossbows.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's not good.
Crossbows, you don't want them.
Wait,
And
did
now
they?
that you say, now as he says that, you realise he's got like a crossbow bolt wound right.
Oh, you should do something.
Oh, that's for us.
It's oozing. Oh.
Did you scratch yourself while you were running away here?
No.
Wait, did they see you?
No.
Are you sure they didn't
Inside
see
check.
you? Yeah, I'm gonna inside check
Are we
that.
allowed to roll
I'm
it?
gonna- I'm gonna inside check that.
Do I roll
Shit!
Do I roll lot deception?
Uh-huh.
Please roll high. Please roll really high.
9! You've got to be a 9!
The only issue we might have today is I
11.
don't have a photo of his character sheet.
Dirty 20.
Oh. Okay, so they saw me.
I know it's not relevant.
only briefly they saw me.
Oh, if only we could summon a horde of animals.
Wait, so
What if we trick them into thinking
Mate,
the
you already,
warehouse is haunted?
you already knew that they saw. That they saw you. You said when they came in, they went.
That was
you
more
went.
for me.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
problem is that they saw us.
Yeah.
Well, if they frighten easily, why don't we trick them into thinking the warehouse is haunted? We'll prank on them.
That's where we need to find a necromancer.
A classic prank. Scare them out. Don't want to blow it up.
you must also consider the collateral damage.
I mean, there's already a hole in the roof.
There's
That was not the bear's fault.
I was thinking more of the surrounding area.
Ah, yes.
The entire building going up in flames is not going to go well.
Could also try and dishonor that shit, but I can't guarantee I'll do any damage. And also, we were told not to harm people. It's tricky.
That would be quite an interesting thing.
Literally,
just
I'd
to
love
walk
to
in and
literally
just
just
dishonour
assassinate
it.
everyone.
Dishonour it.
Nobody does. They don't know if it's female, male, what race. No one knows.
Could be a bear.
I suppose it could even be a bear.
I say we just sort out one warehouse.
And then
And then
focus on the other.
Focus on the
Maybe inspiration will happen while we're taking out one of the warehouses.
other. Maybe Camilla will give me some information when I go back there and kick up the fuss.
So I wouldn't put all our chips on that plan to get into the warehouse through your disguise. It's a possible plan.
Well, if I get kicked out, I've got disguise stuff I can use to just.
I don't think they would kick you out if they found out you aren't in the same world.
No,
Think I'd
like
kill you.
for just not doing my job, they might be like, "You're useless, go away." And if they try and do shit, I guess I'll just have to run.
I can always sneak into one of the warehouses.
Me too. I'm pretty
Yeah, I can do that as well.
Perhaps. If we lead the authorities to the first warehouse, perhaps we should try to convince them that since these two warehouses are owned by, once they know what's in there, know that it's got, I assume, some kind of contraband. Once they know that, is it worth alerting them that there's a second one, so that they investigate? Once
Yes,
they know,
we could do that.
once they know that they're owned by the same organization, would they not go there on their own?
Or we could go to the source itself. Go to Duncan.
I
Tell
could
him.
disguise self.
That
make
is
myself.
what I was thinking, but
Mayfly and
I
Duncan
don't
do
think
not
he
seem
has
to go
as
out.
much power. Because Mayfly himself said that Duncan's not the real
He
power in
laughed
the
at
city.
the idea.
Because I was thinking maybe that
I could.
royal guard or whatever would come to confiscate it, but I don't think that would work.
I could disguise self into one of the guards when the guards are taking out the warehouse, and then go to, I guess, one of them. I've got information from this guy that there's another warehouse, and then direct them to
Yes.
it.
It makes more sense for it to be you.
Me?
The other group has seen you at the warehouse. So it makes sense. If it maintains the illusion the most.
So you want me to go to
I think
Vale Street?
you should be his informant that tells him about the other warehouse.
Ah. As a bear. I don't understand. They're going to see me.
I just imagine like a bear in an interrogation room going.
So that is what you meant.
No, not as a bear.
Okay.
As yourself.
Okay,
My fucking god.
I can do that.
We suck. Oh my god.
Fucking die. Never change, Frizz. Never change.
I change everyone.
Was that the preacher?
Oh, just for that, can you just roll roll a d20 for me? Just for
Intimidation. No.
What for?
Hang on, what number is it?
5.
It sounded like a doorknob, didn't it?
Preacher!
The piece right here.
I was going to say something if you'd rolled high. Oh, God.
Alright, I guess here goes nothing then.
Are we having a little lay down? Or are we going straight into it?
Well, if we take a long rest, he said he wants it taken out immediately.
Oh.
Okay.
So we could have a long rest after we go to the before we go to the second warehouse.
Okay.
If needed.
Just bear in mind that it's like literally like 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
2 in the afternoon, okay.
Yeah.
We could take a short rest, regain some hit points, because I just did get hit by Undead.
Let's make sure that
Did
You
I
came
lose
up?
anything?
Regain some hit points.
A short.
What are you on about? What is a hit point?
What are these hit points you speak of?
Did I lose anything?
No, you were. You didn't.
I
It
was
was
just
like
the
one
mean
bit
that
of
you were
combat.
involved in any
Okay.
fighting.
And you
It was just
My fault,
Alistair
I
getting
forgot.
wailed
I
on.
just massacred everything.
My character sheet.
No, you didn't.
What,
you didn't
all
take
out of-
anything.
No.
Have I got one? I think I've got one. Yeah, I've got 1 second of a spell left.
I can't be right. Why have I got this temporary?
Can you just remind me where we are right now?
So you're in the early hounds, the tavern that you.
The posh tavern. Yeah. Well, the nicer
it's
one.
the nicer
one.
kind of rural, rustic tavern.
Yeah.
And bearing in mind the time of day, it's fairly busy. Not packed.
Yeah.
Not like when it gets to the.
Yeah, we're just talking about illegal warehouses as well. It's just packed.
Oh, is there
I mean, everyone's
yeah.
kind of eating.
Yeah.
Those
sort
are
of
illegal
having a
warehouses.
lunch,
Does anyone
having an
around us
afternoon
look
drink.
sus?
Roll a perception check.
Maybe it's Percy. Ooh,
This is my
pretty good, pretty
D8.
good.
Okay, so the D8 checks. Where is the D8?
Perception.
Oh, okay.
It's the D8.
21.
You catch someone at the bar with like a cowl
Okay.
and a cloak. You kind of is giving you like a bit of a side eye, kind of watching, and when you kind of look up and see it,
Okay.
back to the bar, just drinking,
I nudge everyone.
like a dark green
Yeah.
cloak.
I just nudge everyone and be like, in his direction, at the bar. Seems pretty interested in us.
Do you want to deal with it, considering you saw him?
If he leaves, I might follow him. Just see where he goes.
Should I position myself near the door so that he cannot leave?
I guess stopping someone from leaving would create a big scene.
He already knows I've clocked him. Let's not make more of a fuss. But I'll keep my eyes on him. And if we carry on talking, I'm just going to keep an eye on him at all
Okay,
times.
cool, good to know.
Did you hear that conversation?
Use more than one hit dice. If I
I'm
had
sorry.
more than one left, can't I? Or could I only use the one per short rest?
You can use as many as you want during short rest. You get half your level back of hit dice every time you long rest.
Nice.
Are you short resting then?
Oh, yeah, I already
Okay,
did. I
so
thought
if
we
you're
were
short
doing-
resting,
Well, I'm good.
then you're going to be, if you move out of the tavern, it's probably going to be around 3 p.m.
Yeah,
Is that right?
that's fine, yeah.
Because I remember they said that there are the increased hiring of mercenaries.
Are you guys getting any food while you're in there? Or anything?
Use
Just so I
some
know.
grab.
Nah, I ain't got any gold left.
Oh yes, neither do I.
I might just go up and get a drink. And just as it's been given to me and as I turn to walk, just try and acknowledge as much of that green cloaked guy as possible. See if I can see any features or anything.
Okay, so you make your way up to the bar. A couple of people there, not overcrowded but lively. People chatting. There's some music in the background, and you head up to the bar. Arthur, the big old brawny guy, walks over to meet you at the bar. What can I get for you?
Nothing too strong, something light. Surprised me.
Let's see, how much is he going to charge you? So he walks off, gets like a wooden mug, and pours something from the draft, and brings it back over, and puts it in front of you. That's 4 copper, please.
Oh, thank God I have enough copper. Here we go.
Thank
40
you.
gold pieces.
So as I turn to walk back to the guys, I just want to clock as many details of the hooded person who's watching us as possible.
Okay. So, in short, you turn and roll me an investigation check. I'll say an investigation for this.
Oh boy.
Your dice aren't treating you kindly.
Oh boy. See.
Are you sure this food is
Just checking.
I don't know, man. I
True
made
level.
it. I'm a photo frame. I
True
don't know.
Just touch the ball.
So,
Oh my God.
sorry, 6 did you say?
Yes.
Okay, so
He's wearing green.
you turn,
Yep.
and as you do, someone comes to the bar and literally walks right between the two of you.
Come on, then.
Dishonoring.
However, what you glimpse in that tiny moment of actually seeing him is some short brown hair. He looks youngish, but that could range from like late teens all the way to 30s.
Yeah.
And probably not Henry. And he was like very consciously like looking forward, like clearly trying to not make contact with anyone and just very fixated on the point.
Okay.
But didn't seem to be saying anything. Nothing else that you could make out in that moment.
At the very
unless
least,
you stay.
he's clocked that I've clocked him. So cool. I'll just walk back to the table then.
Okay. Walk back to the table,
Do.
mining through the people and the various tables.
Probably someone just did
Okay. So what is the plan now? Do we go to the first warehouse?
Yes, we go to the first warehouse, use the undead plan, and then I guess I disguise myself as a guard and use you as bait to get them to the other warehouse.
Sounds great.
Oh, this is definitely gonna work.
Let's do this.
Let's do this shite. Alright,
Ready.
ready?
I've
Alright.
still got my scimitar, so I'm going to need that.
Yeah. Let's
go.
let's go.
Okay.
I don't like that at all.
So where are you heading first? Vale.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
My foot.
so if you
Triple
recall,
round.
it's kind of
I've still got mine
Covered
on
in
that
the
as
map.
well.
It's down between
Yeah,
Fisher's
right
Point and Old Market in that dock area.
17.
Yes, in and around 17. And you're up here, so you basically make your way back onto the main street, which is bustling with life, carts going past, and you weave your way through the kind of like alleyways to make your way to the warehouse itself, and you find yourself at the warehouse after about 20 minutes of walking, and there you are. It seems lifeless. There's not really anyone coming in or out that you can see, as do many of the others, honestly. But the occasional person walks by.
Alright, so Aria and Rusty, I guess you just stay out in the streets and
Wait for
Look
the screaming.
inconspicuous.
Inconspicuous.
That's it.
Conspicuous.
I can't pronounce it.
Go on.
Just wait. There may be one set of screams first. That will just be me changing.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you have to do
I've learned
that.
how that sounds by now.
Alright, everyone plug your ears.
Perhaps we should find a more secluded spot
Yeah,
for you to do
we're in
that.
the alleyway as
The-
well.
Oh, okay.
The entire way over to the warehouse, I was watching behind us to see if that guy was
Roll
following us.
a perception
There
check.
you go.
Now that she's pointing them out, I'll do that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might as well help.
Could be
Helping
worse.
us.
What is this? Perception?
Perception.
Perception.
15.
Ooh, that's better.
15.
Alright. They're okay.
Oh, that's perception
19.
19.
14.
You keep your eye out through the busy streets. It's a little bit more difficult, but once you get into the alleyways, you're fairly confident that no one's following you. As far as you're aware.
Alright. Cool.
Alright,
Ready.
change?
In an alleyway.
Yes.
I'm actually probably not able to change right now.
Oh, shit. It's already going pairs up.
Yes.
Am I assuming
shape
that
is
you
what
needed
it
to
is.
rest in order to do that?
I didn't transform into anything big. Just bear shaped big, but
A bear
Ah!
shaped pig.
Okay.
I'm trying to think you transformed into a bear for risk.
there was 2 bears.
Okay.
Was she one of
I
them?
wish I was at this warehouse.
I was one of them.
Okay.
This is all coming together now.
Yes, it's all coming
It
together.
all makes sense now.
I just... do you have like a hood or something that you can put over your head?
I've got my lovely cloak that I got from.
Yeah, just put that over yourself so you don't... people don't recognise you, I guess.
Okay. I can't see with it over my head, but
Make sure you can... Alright, let's just go.
Okay, let's go.
Alright, so I guess we're just walking to the front door of the warehouse and knocking.
So we're telling them that it's done first and then do it.
Yes, we're telling them that it's done. They unlock the door. We place the raw meats there.
Mm.
And
I will
then-
give. You're not coming with us, are you?
I'm waiting for a scream.
Okay.
For a second
Uh,
scream. Well, no, that's not happening now.
It's more
I'm waiting for a
subtle.
scream.
You'll get the thing.
I'll get it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, if I had say so.
If the powers that be demand it.
dear.
Okay. Would you like to place the meat? Or should I go?
I feel like it would be best if you do it. Wait, what's your sleight of hand? Better gaming here.
Mine's +2.
What's your
Mine's 0.
bonus?
Oh, okay.
Pretty good.
When you roll a d20, what do you add on so that you can do something?
You what it is.
Very well. I will place the meat.
Oh, the dice gods
might
better
need-
be with us.
I might need a bit of cover while I'm doing it.
Base guy.
I'm pretty sure Frisk would do something to do that.
What's that?
Nothing. Alright, yeah. Alright, let's do this. I go up to the warehouse and
Secret knock, yes.
Couple of eyes.
oh, before this I also did presentation to
Okay, yeah, I would assume that you've
Yeah.
done that.
Sure.
Big iron door opens on the
Okay.
side of the warehouse. So you enter back in. Same thing is kind of going on. More crates out now. More have been kind of boarded up. Not boarded up, but like nailed, closed. Starting to be piled up. And there's a cart nearby.
Alright, so I guess I'll
We're
go
just
to the
walking
boss.
through working.
I'll go to the boss room as I'm going. I tell you two to.
You're gone. You're not in there.
We're in the
Oh.
warehouse.
Oh, you're. Oh,
Yeah, but you're with us, aren't you?
yeah, I am with you.
Yeah. So I basically motion to you two to get ready to place the bait, basically.
I try to show you. I try to lead you towards the grate.
I go to
Try
the
not to
boss's place, I guess.
Yeah, the
Still there?
small office building.
Yeah, the office.
So there's a section of the warehouse that looks like it's got like a makeshift building inside of it, or kind of a walled off area, like fogged glass, and so you're heading over there.
Yeah, and
Okay.
these two are just waiting outside, I guess.
So
Chilling.
Just chilling.
Are you outside?
No, I'm in the. Well, his office.
Oh,
Come in.
you went.
Open the door, close it behind me.
is the job done yet?
There was a lot of them, but yes, it's they didn't like fire, which was good.
Do you have any proof?
Like I said, they're all disintegrated. I can go back and get you a burnt arm, but
Roll me a persuasion check.
not with
Come on.
advantage.
Come on.
No, not with advantage. That was a slide. Roll that again. That was a slide.
that was,
Didn't roll.
didn't roll properly.
Better. Persuasion. 15.
No, that won't be necessary. We got to make up for lost time.
Yeah. So I guess you open the grates.
Aye, we will. Aye.
Good. It was good to be of service.
Right, I'll pass on. Your good work, I suppose. Now, if you remember our agreement, fuck off.
It's kind as always. And I walk out.
I always respect his bluntness there.
And as you kind of leave the office building, he kind of comes out from like behind you, and just shouts, "Right, lads, we're back in business."
And I sort of just give you a little nod, like, now. That'd be a good time.
So while they're all staring up at him, I presume, like,
Mhm.
I'm going to use this moment of them looking away to just split the. I've got the rotten meat from you, right?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to use that moment to just slip the rotten meat near the door. Do I need to roll like sleight of hand or something?
Yes, please.
Would it be with advantage because no one's looking at him?
Out of the way.
Get it out
Channeling my rogue energy
Sure,
into
yeah,
me.
because you
You
said
can do the magic
sure.
hand thing.
of the way. Do the magic hand.
Quick, Kensei, do the rotten meat thing.
Oh shit! I have made.
Fuck it. Too late.
Yeah.
Too late.
That's a
Not terrible.
But not great.
12.
Hey, it's good doing.
That's good for levels we're at.
He's like, hey, what's that over there?
that was with advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You done.
What's my spell then? 6.
Cocked. Ah, for God's sake, rolling onto my dice.
Please roll 1. Please roll 1.
They all seem to be paying a lot of attention to
I'm literally
the
just
guy.
like, yes, I am the guy that did it. You're welcome.
The shiny armor distracts.
Yeah, the scale mount armor filled with just guts of undead, just like, yes.
Actually, yeah, like he's asking for proof. You're like covered in shit.
Yeah, I'm just covered in undead.
You don't believe anyone sees you do it. So whereabouts are you placing it again?
By the grate that opens up, he's just
yeah.
putting it there.
I'm
so
trying,
it's
like,
okay.
if possible, like if there's any of those crates nearby,
Mhm.
maybe just like squidge it
Yeah, that's
between
fine.
the crates.
I'll allow that, yeah. So
Mm.
it's between the crates.
Alright, so I guess yeah.
I was going to sneeze, it went away. Sorry.
Alright, so I guess we move on to phase 2.
Phase 2.
Walk out. Just making a show of myself that yes, I am the guy that did it.
And just do
Okay,
that.
they're kind of looking, but like, alright,
Yeah,
whatever.
well,
Like,
my
who the fuck is this?
Yeah,
Just
right,
do
right.
fucking
Calm
shut the
down.
fuck up.
Yeah,
Asshole.
that's what I wanted.
Just give you the head nod. Like,
Lots of eye rolls and
these upper management
So
so you are you leaving the warehouse?
yes, he told me to fuck off, so I'm
Okay.
fucking off.
So you leave the warehouse. What are you two doing? Are you outside or are you inside?
Oh,
Right, the
I
moment
was
he started to
inside.
leave, I gave him the head signal to go with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So you all head outside. Outside the warehouse is the metal door slam shut on the side.
I guess we go to the sewers now and
To the sewers!
So you trace your way back. That you went when you first went to the sewers to get into the warehouse on the docks. So you make your way to the dock side and go down like the rigid steps, which leads down to almost water level,
as
and find yourself at the sewer duct.
yeah,
Yeah.
as
sounds
and-
good.
doing that, I want to just check no one is watching.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, roll perception.
I'll do that
Oh,
if I can. I'm allowed to do that as well.
Not that you're aware of.
6.
Can't see anything. I mean, there's dock workers, but they don't seem to be the.
Fucking hell.
I believe I had +3.
Maybe I should put a
So that's
felt
11.
Okay.
on that
Both
tray.
of you just kind of
It's
you see dock workers, but
We're
they're
good.
not like.
No one's watching us.
This is fine.
But now you're outside the actual pipe that you went through before, with its rusted, broken grate that kind of bends in a little bit,
memories.
Oh, let's hope it doesn't end like last time.
with a trail of like still fairly damp blood along that.
just
where
hand
you've
marks
just been like,
ah.
Oh, that's my blood! Yeah!
I remember that.
So I take step in, make sure we're all in, and I use Eye of the Grave to sense any undead.
Okay, so while he's looking up, what are you doing? Are you just on the
So
street?
we're just, I'd imagine like tucked into an alley or something, keeping an eye on the street and waiting for a scream.
Okay.
Still keeping an eye out for the green cloaked dudes whenever.
Okay.
And guards, so I know which way to run.
Okay. Yeah, 6 seconds because it's the end of the next turn. So it lasts for 6
Oh,
seconds. So
6
it's like
seconds.
Literally just a sense whether the and
It's
it
like,
goes.
you have a number. You only have a certain number of uses of it.
got 3. I
Okay.
used 1 last time, so
Yeah.
this is my second use, so I've got 1 left after.
Okay. So you're going to use it now?
Yep, I'm just
Okay. So
I was going to walk in a bit, just so
how far in?
That's really good.
Do it.
10 feet, but silently.
Okay.
so
Roll me a stealth check.
Just want to trip over on my face. Yes, I'll trip over on my face because that was a 3.
So as you make your way through the grate, your cloak gets caught on the like the not the railing, sorry, the grate, and like yanks you backwards as you try to step forward, and you into the water.
Oh, that lovely sewage.
I hate when it gets cocked. You wait for a moment. Just the drip, 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 drip of water.
Take a
Nothing.
couple steps forward and use it.
You sense nothing.
Fuck, did I kill them all? No, I didn't kill them all.
It's nothing.
They're still
However,
oh god.
just gonna
Why did you go down there?
because last time we did it on the thing and it didn't work as well. Because you're here.
I've been most of
So
those.
if you want to put your characters down somewhere.
Where's characters?
We're outsiders here, aren't we? Are we coming?
I guess I'm.
You haven't been here.
Val-Aeria's
before,
not
I just
here.
realised that. Yeah.
I haven't been here, no.
Okay, so
I don't know.
It's a
I
sewer.
like a sewer though.
Yeah.
That's good. You do
Yeah,
love
you
a
do.
good sewer, yeah.
So I guess you're like here.
Good sewer.
okay.
The shit lizard is back in his natural habitat.
You
Advantage
sense
on our
nothing.
rolls.
I sense nothing. I'm gonna prepare to use Charms of Divinity whenever they make themselves known.
Can I smell the undead?
Roll me a perception check.
Sorry.
That's a lot of plastic wallets.
I know it's all got different.
Oh, beautiful.
Is it actually?
That's the one!
Oh.
No, I can
You just
smell
start eating the sewage.
Yep.
Just distracted.
It really smells like there's just a whole
like a
litany of
sewer.
different things in
Yeah.
here. The smell of what is like rotting corpses mixes in with the smell of just shit and piss. But I mean, there's definitely a smell of decay. Like,
That's
despite a natural one, like it's too obvious not to. You also have a bonus in perception, don't you?
I'm proficient in perception, yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay,
What was that?
It was outside the creepy tavern.
Oh,
You want the witchcraft?
okay.
Okay, sorry. Just doing my little thing. So, you don't sense anything. You just smell kind of really nothing. What do you want to do?
I've motioned to these two to follow me into the sewers if shit goes down.
I've learnt my lesson this time, so I'm going to bring a torch.
I mean, I can use
Yeah.
prestidigitation to create light.
Can you do it?
Prestidigitation can use make light, can't it? Or flammatory, do you want to put
You
it?
can light a flame, but it's not the same. I don't know if thaumaturgy can.
Let's just say no for now.
Torch!
Better.
What have I done?
I guess I move 5 feet in. I want to just.
So
For every 5 seconds, I'm going to just listen out to see if I hear any sound. Fucking hell. That's 6.
it's hard to make out any kind of sound beyond the dripping and the sewage running through past. It gets up to about your knees. Are you heading through?
5 feet at a time.
Okay.
Do you guys follow me?
Yep.
Okay. Well, just to save time, because otherwise you
Yeah, I'll just.
you get to the end there, like you
I'll
go,
get to the end.
you slowly make your way through, and
Sure, we can do it 5 by 5.
Yeah.
so you get there, and you can see the tunnel leads this way, and then seems to turn left.
I'm just gonna. There's nothing down here, no? There's nothing down here, no?
Nope, not that you can see.
I
Not with your roll.
go around here and I want to just.
So as you make your way
peek.
through, you step on one of the floating corpses that from last time, like the charred remains in the well, and there's like at least 3 or 4 of them, I think there was.
Therefore.
As we go past that, I'm going to remove its head.
Where you remove its head.
I'm going to just keep it
Just in case. Yeah, just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Now
you
you've
move
got-
it as
a
like a
backup
blue.
plan.
You've got a diseased rat and a head now.
This is just in case our
humanoid
initial one
head.
doesn't work.
Like, you know, drowners.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
basically
they
that.
were. Yeah, nice.
So,
Poke my head around
What
the
a
corner.
specimen.
Just in case this plan doesn't work, this is the backup plan.
Everyone needs a backup dead head.
Backup dead head, yeah.
Everyone needs one.
Smack it, you. Smack it.
There's nothing down there, no.
not that you can see.
I like that we're all poking our heads around the corner like Scooby Doo, just like.
Split up, gang.
We have split up.
That's a mistake.
I guess
remember last time.
I'm just gonna
Always work out wrong.
quickly just.
We are keeping pace within the whole.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm just gonna
I
go
just
there
said
and then poke my head around the corner again.
Yeah, I'll be in the
Okay. You're all done.
God damn it!
Damn it. There's the Queen Drowner.
Fuck me. That's a big room. That's a boss fight room if I've seen it.
Just a room kind of submerged partially in water.
They're gonna
There are
They're gonna be under the water.
kind of like drains in the like the ducts that you came through that seem to lead into the room, but these rusted grates aren't broken open, but a little bit of water trickles through, similar to when you went down to the room with the mold in it, with like this stain dripping water damage on the walls that have poured down from these little grates. Otherwise, it's kind of mouldy and mossy on the walls, and there's a opening on the other side of the room.
Is that the one to the warehouse? We don't know.
It looks like it's just an opening, like a corridor that goes on.
Is there anything I can like throw? Like around where I can throw?
Roll
How many troll fingers do you have left?
Whoa.
Whoa, that was a crazy
that
dice.
was, hey, 21.
Uh,
Breaking double digits.
I mean, there's clumps of fecal matter, but there are like broken pieces of the stone brick that have fallen off of the wall and
Yeah,
crumbled into the water.
Throw a
Oh.
turd.
Oh, no, I'm not throwing a fucking I'm not gonna throw a turd. I'll pick up a bit of the, not shit,
Mm-hmm.
and just chuck it in the room.
A rock.
Rock.
Cool. If
Anything?
anything reacts, are you trying to not be seen?
Uh,
Yeah, let's go
Yeah, sure.
around the corner.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be like,
All of you roll me a stealth check, all three of you.
I watch.
Stealth
Stealth check.
Hey, not
I'm gonna
bad.
need to do this.
These guys now doing me good.
Is that cocked?
Oh boy.
No.
I need to do this.
Yes. No.
I can't tell. Is that cocked?
let's have a look.
No, I don't. I can't.
It's
smell.
landed. It's landed on an edge though, not a flat side.
Oh, if it's landed on the edge, it's.
Yeah, it's not landed on a flat side. It's on the edge. Can you see?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Oh,
It's like
Yeah,
on the
it's cocked.
line.
It is
Yeah,
a
it's
little
cocked,
bit
right.
cocked. I'll give you that. It's
I
cocked.
just saw the middle guy.
and you got the worst.
Hey, you got one.
I got 7.
I got 15.
Oh, I have to do this with disadvantage, so give me a moment.
Is that
Wait,
a
what do you
different
have to do?
looking
Very heavy armor.
thing in the middle?
Oh shit! I have
What's
heavy
that?
fucking armor.
Spooky, scary skeleton.
Spooky scary
No, no,
skeleton.
I'm trying to I need to really get you guys to be taking this.
Ooh, Ben's message.
I know it's probably about his character sheet.
Spooky scary skeleton.
That's disadvantage there.
Okay.
I think I'll come.
So 13 now.
So what you see are but as you dump the rock in, there's like in the water is like if just something disturbs the surface and like not shooting up but like rising out the water of these 3 bloated forms with these bulging eyes that look like they're bloodshot and jagged teeth and bony clawed hands, and in the middle is
Oh, that's different.
what seems to be not quite as bloated. It looks like a decaying creature with this pale white thinning skin, like white eyes with these tiny little black irises, with armor on, and like chains wrapped around its body. It rises out the water and begins to look around.
Should I use it now? Should I use it now? Should I use it
Hold
now?
on,
Should I use it
it's
now?
just checking to see.
Should I use it now? Should I use it now? Should I use it now?
I mean,
Hit it.
I suppose we should really, because we can't really go any further without getting in their space anyway. What's the range of it?
Anyone that can hear or see me within 30 feet.
So we'd need to.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It could get all of them.
That goes well.
Well, yeah, it'll be like that.
Oh.
So,
Is he doing turn undead?
I'm using the channel divinity, which basically, yeah, they're scared of me. So that
Yes.
What were your rolls for stealth?
Yeah.
I got a 13.
13?
7.
7.
Abysmal.
It's because I'm
Okay,
Yeah.
so you, as these creatures get up from the depth of the water, you and Kensei kind of hold your breath, remain still,
Frisk is just eating shit.
and Thrisk
What's going
just steps on something as he's like trying to steady himself in the current that is gushing through. Steps on something and just cracks and snaps. And
I'm using it now.
It-
Fuck it.
okay,
Channel
well,
divinity.
roll initiative.
But I had
Someone
it,
the
I
moment
said I
it
had it
is
prepared.
British shit.
I said I
Use
was prepared to
stereo.
use it.
Oh no!
Well, you saw them first, and
Hell yeah.
as you were kind of
Well, I got a
holding
19 anyway.
19 as well.
so
Yeah.
okay,
2 19s on
And-
So true, guys. Makes up for the shitty stealth.
You're at dance.
well they're not doing too well anyway.
Who's worse? What's
I
worse?
got 18.
Who's got what?
Can't say. So
You got 18.
I did. I'm at the top.
The fudge is your name? There it is. Yep.
You
I got 19.
You got 19 and you got 19 as well.
Yes.
And what did dude get? Enemy dude?
So G got
bros.
9 and W got 8.
Oh, lovely.
Hey, suck it, G and W.
Okay, so Yao first.
Yeah.
Should I go first?
You go first.
I go around the corner and I pray to God this is gonna fucking work.
Okay.
Channel divinity. They're scared of me. Hopefully.
Well, each of them have a saving throw.
Yep.
Okay. First gurgly. So one is 16.
Yep.
The other one is 13.
That matches my spell save DC.
Okay, so it saves.
Fuck!
The last one is 16.
Fuck's sake!
And the big boy, oof, 7.
He's scared. He's scared
Yes, big boy.
Okay,
The big boy is scared of me. So let me just double check that. Right?
Yeah, the other 3 look like it does nothing as this. Well,
I
describe
basically,
to.
I pull out my mace, who's like clouded in dark energy. As I lift it up, the dark energy dissipates and it just flashes a bright, holy light. And I point it down to them, and in, I'll say, celestial.
Say, fuck off!
No, I say, feck off! Yeah, sure, feck off. Fuck it. The most. It's just celestial as well, so it's a holy language. Just like,
What
feck
thou?
off.
What
I
thou?
don't think there are any swear words in Celestial.
What's thou,
The
please?
equivalent.
There
Fuck
is.
off.
And what you actually say is, would you rather mind leaving me alone, sir?
Sure, why not?
The celestial body censored you.
But translate
But
it into common, it's fuck off, cunt.
And just as if they are scared of me, they just see like dark dead wings behind me as an illusion.
So this one here definitely sees dark dead wings
Oh,
like sprout from your bag, and
That's
it's
my-
like
that's
shadowy
my mace.
veil around. This one looks like it's
can I
being turned. It
move?
doesn't look scared. It just looks like it's being repelled by some otherworldly force. Whereas the other 3 seem to have resisted whatever effect has washed over it from
If
this blast of
I
light.
use it again for my turn. Will he
So
have to
another
reroll?
action. That would be another action.
Well, I thought this was like an action before, like a surprise round.
No.
Action.
So that's right. That's right. They weren't surprised because.
They saw it.
Oh, right, yeah. If I move to.
So are you top of the?
I'm top of the round.
Okay, so it didn't make
if I move to, say, here,
Mm-hmm.
will he get an opportunity attack?
Who?
This motherfucker right now.
Depends on how you move there, but
I'm gonna have to
I
go
don't
to
think
here.
they-
no, you not
then-
necessarily. You can move through that corner.
Alright, so
Yeah, you could move
that's
there.
10,
That's 5.
or 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So make him move that way, hopefully.
Okay, interesting.
And yeah, I'm guessing I know these guys. This guy's not scared.
Yes, you know what are and aren't scared.
I love how the big boys.
So this guy, I guess I'm just gonna have to kill him. Should I kill him or should I just? Do we need him?
I mean,
I think
take
the,
out non-lethally.
the big guy would be more of a threat.
It's undead though.
It's like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it's undead.
That might be a bit.
Can I barge him out the way? Is that a thing you can use? Like push him out the way?
You can use an action to do the shove action, which is you make a strength.
I've already used my
contested
action
check.
to
Yeah,
do
so it's an
challenge.
action.
Then I won't move there. I'll just move to here then,
Okay,
and hopefully repel him down that corridor.
cool.
And then I basically just, I guess that's a signal for you guys to do something.
Now, I don't know. Are we killing them then?
I'd say if it gets to dire straits, we can kill them, but one is scared of me, so he will. Well, not scared, but he was repelled by me, so he would. You've got bait. Have you still got like red meat in your?
I gave it away.
So
I'd
nothing
rather do one.
else.
I mean, just give it another go, and if it doesn't work, I have a backup plan.
Okay.
It doesn't even.
What is this backup plan? Just so I know.
First of all, get him the fuck out.
Yeah.
But like,
Just alert the guards to the presence.
I mean, I have a head.
It has arrived. I'm gonna move in a little bit. I've got to move through here to get through, haven't I?
You can do the same thing as.
You can do the same thing I do, just suck the corner.
Okay, look,
You
look
go
at
there and then, yeah.
that.
What you gonna do? What you
Gonna
gonna
do
do when they come for you?
Damn boys.
15-foot cube would be 10.
From you or?
From me, yeah.
Okay.
Would I be able to get these two? A 15-foot cube?
What is it you're looking for, sorry?
I want a 15-foot cube, these two fellas.
So 15 foot would be 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. So you get both of these.
Yeah. I'm gonna thunder wave them.
Oh,
Nice. They make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay, so they, the smaller one, the gurgler,
Gurgler.
has
Gurgler.
a 4,
4, yeah.
and the bigger creature, 10. So both fail.
They failed, so they both
so
take
good.
a 2d8 of damage and get pushed 10 foot away.
Wait, what they say? Did you say they were scared of light?
What?
The undead. Was that the thing that you said? They were scared of light as well?
And what you gleaned was that they were repelled by like holy stuff.
Yeah.
Holy stuff.
It's like incense.
Oh, I don't
oils.
have holy stuff.
His Holiness.
I just have myself.
Jesus.
There we go.
Where is me?
Who is
I
this
can never
Jesus?
find my 8s.
So it's that diamond one.
This one.
Yeah. Or the pyramid. Yeah. Yeah, diamond. Diamond in the rough.
In the sky.
Where's it?
Let's see.
Yeah, that's the 8.
Eight's
Yeah.
the yeah. Rhombus. Rhombus. The food rhombus.
The plumbus.
So is it just
Probably
2?
got a name.
Yeah, it's 2d8
Level 2 is
damage.
2d8.
So that's
That's 5.
so they both
So I
take
take
5.
5 and get pushed away 10 feet.
Okay, who is next?
Kensei.
That will be me.
Ense boy?
Oh, fuck it out.
Inside.
I don't think I have
What's the
anything.
flavour for your shockwave?
Oh, for my shockwave. So I kind of rub my hands together.
Of course.
Scales flying about, like dead scales.
Scales and
Seams.
shit. Just.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then out of it, my hands almost like open up a bit like gills,
Oh my god, right?
And then out of my hands comes just a blast of air.
Why are your spells so gross?
Got gill hands.
Because he is gross.
It's frisk.
And it's just like a blast of air.
Okay, interesting. And just sewage
Sewage
sprays up
yeah.
that back wall as they go like shooting back. Okay, Kenzo.
Can't say.
Throw the head, make sure. Maybe they'll go for that.
No, maybe we can keep that just in case. I'm gonna go. Well, way further back. I'm gonna stand in this doorway to make sure that if some of them do end up fleeing, they don't go towards me.
Yeah.
Or back through here, because we wanted to go that way ideally. This is so stupid, I don't think it'll work. But I'm gonna try with the head tied to my waist. I'm going to try and intimidate this gurgler with the severed head of one of its
Okay. Roll me an intimidation check.
I don't know if that'll work because it don't seem to work.
Try. Scare him.
Nope.
They are very stupid, and it probably
They don't.
doesn't really comprehend what you're actually trying to do. You just pop a little point in and
Both try. Just gonna. Yeah, I mean. Because I could. If we were trying to kill them, this would be so much easier. But
Yeah.
now, I'm just gonna stand in the doorway with
It's
like
tricky when you're not
ready pose, just waiting.
Okay.
Street Fighter.
Oh, yeah.
cool. Okay, who's next?
G.
G. Okay. GG.
G.
Okay.
Motherfucker.
So moves there.
The gurgler.
That's gonna move to the rest. Just double check what they do.
I got no fire.
Who is it?
When you say GG, I think of like that guy from Shrek 2. Who's like,
Oh, Gingy.
Am I dead yet?
5, 15, 20.
Oh, they're both coming for
Okay,
me.
so
my attention to
one is going to go for Alistair.
Oh,
So that one is just going to be.
Not that music.
So, a 21 to hit
Yep.
for 8 slashing damage as that one kind of runs up
Ooh.
from to your left
Shit,
and
10
slashes at you.
Sounds big.
Do they run away like they usually do?
It hasn't, no, it's still next to you.
It's learned.
But the other one charges at you, and like as it runs about 10 feet, it suddenly like leaps through the sewage and tries to slash at you for a 19 to hit.
Yep.
And you notice that the impact is like much stronger after it's moved and jumped.
Okay.
So that is another 9 slashing damage. Then, as this one leaps and starts slashing you, this one takes advantage of the opportunity and uses its reaction to leap back 15 feet to the back of the wall,
Okay.
and you don't get your opportunity.
Is that it?
That's it from them. On you, one kind of moves forward after you've done the thunder wave. After all this sewage splashes up, it like sprints through it 5 feet and tries to slash at you for a 10 to hit. Luckily, so that misses. I'm assuming. They just got really good rolls. So it tries to slash at you, and that's that.
Oh no,
Then the larger armoured white-skinned creature,
Is it white?
who knows,
It's white.
is compelled to. Where are you?
So,
10, 15, 20.
It's fucking off.
Charges up through this hallway.
Turn.
Yeah, we gotta get all of them turned.
okay. I guess I'm gonna have to.
Okay, so how long does it last? A minute, right?
You realise that
6 turns, so yeah. 10 turns even.
Okay,
you realise that you're gonna have to chase them.
So,
This
just
works.
marking it on
You'll
here.
have to chase them down that corridor.
1 turn.
I say just fuck.
Yep. Okay.
Oh,
I'm not in any of their. So if I move away, I won't get hit, right?
you are next to the number 3.
So he'll get an opportunity. Attack.
Yes.
I'm just going to disengage.
Okay.
Oh no, that's my action. Fuck.
Mhm.
I can't use that as a bonus action, can I? Fuck it, I'm just gonna use Channel Divinity again.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're doing
I
time
mean,
and again?
I'm doing it
Right,
again.
okay,
Just
so
try and
who's
do it
in
one more
30
last
feet?
time.
Everyone is in 30 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 1 at the far end, it's a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
13, so it saves. 15, it
Jesus!
saves. And 6, 11.
Thank you!
So this one here fails.
Okay.
Alright,
At least one of them.
I can't take a potion as a bonus action, can I?
So it's 6.
Taking a potion isn't a bonus action, is it?
Only if it's on a potion belt, which none of you own.
No.
No.
And you haven't bought one.
Fucking
Might need to buy potion belt.
Well, I'm just going
In
to...
fact, most, I think, like, only
I need
2 people have a backpack with
I need me
anything
one of
in it.
those.
And
You are
I'm just
underwhelmingly
going to...
under-equipped.
We are.
I have stuff I can
Fuck it, I'm going to
sell,
take the hit if...
Okay. Okay, it's gonna try.
but that's why I'm doing this to get my.
Unnatural 20.
A natural.
Unnatural.
Oh,
Thank
unnatural.
fuck!
But 8 slashing damage.
Yeah.
I'm on 2 hit points.
Are you really?
Yes.
Probably.
But I'm going behind Frisk here, so hopefully they don't attack me.
They've got the scent of blood now.
Okay.
Who's next?
Wait,
Me.
which one was scared? This.
The one.
This
Oh,
that
yeah,
one,
This
that
one.
one.
So that's good. You moved that.
I literally, as I go to Frisk, I say attack these two. They're just won't be scared now. So we're gonna have to kill them.
I was gonna heal you, but should I just attack them?
You can use healing words as a bonus action if you don't.
I don't have
that.
healing words. I've got cure wounds.
Okay.
Okay, so what are you doing?
I might get my gills out again then. Yeah, I'm gonna rub my hands again. Get our hands open up, a bit like in Pan's Labyrinth, where he's got his eyes in it.
Oh.
With these holes, with these little gills.
Constitution saving throw?
Yeah,
Oh boy.
Okay, which, is it just that one?
it's just that one, yeah.
Okay, yeah, he fails.
Yeah, that is 9.
9?
Wait, how much time is this?
Okay.
Bashed back. Was it 15 foot or
I
10
think
foot?
it's as much as your wisdom modifier.
Oh, so I've got
Two.
3 then. So my wisdom's
10
plus
feet,
I
3.
yeah.
can't remember.
Okay. So
Sorry.
as you
I've
do
got
so,
enough.
as you blast back, like the sheer force, like putting a hot knife through like butter and meat that just falls off the bone. The blast just tears through it, and like it's still up, but like big chunks of it are
Flesh
gone.
is,
It's like
yeah.
bending
Like
on.
a certain emperor in a certain shitty movie that came out recently.
Oh.
Let's not go down that road.
We've already had an hour conversation about it.
Sorry, it's just it licks out of it. It just. 20, yes, 25 either way. So I'm just gonna.
You can move 30 if you got you.
I can, but
So
I
you
only want
notice
to get
that
to this guy.
the gurgle doesn't take an opportunity attack as you run by.
Oh.
Yeah, go.
Beautiful!
Oh no, 30, there we go. Right there. I'm just gonna go ahead and smack him with my pointy stuff.
Do your pointy
Sticking
stuff
with
on
the
it.
pointy
Sticking with the both
Yeah.
Put
pointy
that
ends.
pointy end right up there in
Oh.
that area.
Right up the bound.
Oh.
Hang on though. That's a 9.
9 still misses.
Don't you have to
Right, Slash through, like, as you slash, it kind of bends on its spine and it just passes through the gap between ribs.
This is not something I'm used to.
What was it?
It's the exact same roll!
Oh no.
Right through the same gap.
It's like, I'm not used to missing because there isn't enough to hit on a person.
Okay, is it them? Or have you got something else up your sleeve?
No, that's my full movement, so I'm gonna just like park myself like that, trying to like basically block them from trying to go attack.
Okay. So, it's them then. So this one is going to move 5, 10... No, that wasn't right. 5, 15, 20, 25, 30. Both of these, 5, going to come to try and attack you. 18.
I'm full health. I've got 42
Okay.
hit points.
18,
Oh, nice.
18 to hit.
That's why I'm tanking it. I'm just like fuck it.
18 to hit.
Yes, that hit me.
Okay, that's 4 slashing damage.
I have my sheet.
And the other one attempts a 14 to hit.
That misses.
Okay, so one like slashes, but like misses as it kind of grazes across your armor, but the other one like catches around your neck and it just like a claw mark down.
Say 4 or 5 hit points.
4.
That's 38.
And this, you can feel like the blood trickling through your armor, and your neck is wet, and probably not the best place to get a wound like that. So, yeah.
Okay.
Just, no.
This
Just a little
Just so.
flavour.
this feels so great.
Is that their turn?
Yeah, that's it. That's them. Sorry.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's it.
top.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, and the other guy.
W.
I don't remember so much.
You start a W.
So that was one for that. Disappears.
Disappears.
Yep, goes behind a
Oh, sorry, I misread that from my old
Wait,
sheet.
wouldn't
It's
it
actually
wouldn't it
a
be-
+6 to hit.
So
it would have been 10.
oh,
So
sorry.
wouldn't it be?
So it goes back to the top of the round.
I'm gonna drink a health potion.
Okay.
That's a regular health potion, so it's a D4 plus.
2d4 plus 2.
Oh,
Oregano.
2D4. That's D4. That's a D6.
Oh, yeah, that's
Sorry,
right.
Aria.
That's
Sitting
No,
in
no,
the
it's
street like,
fine.
what's going on?
Literally,
And then just come back.
Guys, I'm
Oh
back.
god! Covered in shit and blood.
So I'm on 8 hit points
Same,
at the
I'm
moment.
kinda used
Okay.
So, how's it going, guys? Ah, it's horrible!
I'm in agony!
I'm going to just pop down the corner, and actually, if I move to say here, will I be able to hit that one?
With.
A firebolt.
Yeah, you can hit it from anywhere in the room.
So does that one look like he's taking no damage?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna firebolt that boy.
Okay, so.
So roll with an attack.
Get that boy.
17.
Yeah, that hits.
Crazy.
D10. That's the 12. 9.
So that's doubled.
Doubled.
Because it's vulnerable. It's 18. How do you want to do it?
I'm
In
pissed off because it didn't work. I'm just like, fuck you, and just chuck a fireball at it.
Just casually just chuck a
Casually,
fire.
Yeah, I literally just produce it.
Nonsense,
I'm just
yeah.
like, fuck this. Chuck it and it just blows off his head.
It just bursts into flames as like the force tears its head off the remainder of its body, and you watch as it like burns the flesh away as the head like rolls off the back and the body
Yeah, and I'm just going
something to water and
to
just starts
Grimace's
floating.
eyes go on fire. And
5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to go to there.
Okay, cool. Who's next?
Me. The gurgler may have some maggots on it, maybe?
Oh, definitely has some maggots on it.
Yeah, I'm going to
100%.
use infestation.
You bastard.
Oh.
Hey.
So what
Wait,
do
is
you
that-
do?
is that the
What does
necrotic
it
He's
do?
got a new toy.
Yeah, it's so they make a constitution save.
Wait, is that necrotic?
No,
Okay.
Okay.
no, just get the
4.
it's got the 4. What is that against? What is that
Your
usually?
spell save DC.
Oh yeah,
Unless your spell
13.
save is somehow 4.
No, mine's
Could
13.
you imagine?
Oh, that'd be
That's
Then
Rogue's spell save.
they take a 1d6 of poison damage and move 5 feet in a random direction.
Oh wow. Okay.
5. So take 5 poison
Okay.
damage and then
You
think
get to choose the direction.
no, it's random.
Random.
Okay.
I think it's a
Which
d6.
one's that?
That would be kind of funny if he just ran into a wall.
Oh, it'd be d4, wouldn't it?
Just
Yes.
What's your flavour for it?
Oh, so I basically summon out my hands and I kind of point them, and I see it from the skin and like from its head and stuff. You see it like loads of bubbling in the skin. You see all the maggots start bursting out. Some of them even got wings, and they just start
Ooh.
tearing out more of its flesh.
It seems unaffected. Its form just seems to regrow.
doesn't
It's-
get affected by
It
poison.
seems like it's immune to poison.
Of course.
Just have those little buggers.
Does he still move?
Yeah, you still moves.
Still moves, yeah.
So we'll
Do
do
the
one as one would be northward. So if you roll a d8,
7.
7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It moves how far?
5 feet.
Okay, so it moves there.
Does he get an opportunity?
That's what I'm thinking.
He can. Oh no, you don't actually.
If you had moved,
It says it doesn't
In
trigger.
the spell, it
Okay, so it
specifically
doesn't
says
trigger your opportunity attack.
sadly. Useful.
But it moves there. Okay.
Kensai.
Oh no, he got away from me 5 feet.
Fuck you, girl, good.
It's like, he just goes that way. I go. It's like, what the hell just happened? Oh,
You don't
first
know-
strike. Hey, that's better. That would be a 24.
24, yeah, that hits.
Oh god, damage. What's the damage again? Okay, 26.
How's your it?
Plus 2 plus 4. Yeah, 6 points of damage.
How's your it?
Just be like, this is dumb. One step closer as it just like walks into the wall. The spell wears off and goes. And just gets his head just like
Sounds a bit like
sliced
a
off.
dog.
Oh, sorry, gurglies.
It turns out, it turns around and you realise it's actually got Curry's head.
No!
This is the way.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Okay, so.
We're sorry, Sam, if you're listening.
What are you doing now?
So I used 5 feet to do that.
I need help.
Okay, so it's them now, isn't it? So,
Well, they'll just be running away.
just
So-
pitch around the corner.
To form like a frontline vanguard, basically between Alistair and any potential further danger, I'm gonna go use my remaining movement. To go. 15, 20, yeah, just enough. So I'm gonna squeeze in front of you there, just so I'm in front of him to take the brunt of any problems that come up.
I'm just putting my hand on your shoulder, just
Yeah.
like, thanks.
So, just for the sake of brevity, you follow the corridor as it leads down, and turns again, and you can see what looks like a kind of like a ladder of a ladder of sorts, like a metal ladder, but it's like thick steps
They gone up here?
that kind of go up steeply. It's almost like a ladder, but it is technically steps, but it's so steep that leads to now an open grate that you recognise as the interior of the warehouse.
Yes.
And like parts of skin and flesh are like flaking down at the
Music
bottom
picked
of
up
this
at
thing.
that point. That was great.
Are they in the
So-
warehouse?
They are quite possibly in the warehouse, and suddenly. So, cut to Aria.
Get the fuck out of here! Come here! We did it!
Yes!
It works!
Okay, can you just.
Job
can
done,
you,
boys! Let's get
Can
the
you
fuck
knock down the
out!
door whilst I. Okay, so Aria, you're stood outside, and suddenly. From
Guard,
inside
looking
the
for a
building.
guard, looking for a guard.
Okay, roll me a perception check.
Rusty, do your thing. Do your thing, Rusty, even though you're not here.
I'm panicking with my god. Okay.
We gotta get.
Perception,
Yep, perception check.
14.
You don't see any on the street at the moment.
Rusty, help!
Can Rusty do a perception?
Just shout out.
He doesn't see any around
For
either.
fuck's sake. Well, I'll just, I'll keep. I'll
Just
like.
shout for guards.
Yeah. Is City Watch or, or just like guards or.
God, City Watch,
Yeah,
anyone.
It's
yeah,
too
yeah.
generic. Just gets that
Yeah, yeah.
attention.
I'll just start screaming and hollering for like city guards to come, or whoever, like guards, come quick, come quick.
Okay.
Can I just close the gate? Just close the
Okay,
gate.
well I'll come
Yeah.
to you, don't worry. So you start screaming out, and the occasional person that's like walking down, and like going from different
Sorry,
warehouse to
just
warehouse.
one minor thing. As we're making our
Uh-huh.
way up, I make sure to collect the other 2 heads of the ones we
Okay.
just killed.
Don't worry, don't
Sorry,
worry.
random things.
It's alright. You haven't actually left yet, so don't worry. I'll come back to you.
This
Don't
is
worry.
happening as we're moving.
Yeah, this is just like you see the great and the scream, and then that's kind of ties up to exactly where Aria is. So as you start shouting, other people like kind of like talking amongst themselves, they're curious about what the fuck's going on. And 3 guards walk from kind of not run but move with haste from
towards me.
around an alleyway into this kind of clustered area where the warehouse is, are along the dock. And they just, who's calling?
Come quick! There's a loud scream from in the warehouse. You need to go check it out.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Which one?
And they're in like full, like half plate armour, like black and yellow colour scheme.
Do you have inspiration?
Inspiration, yeah.
You
Use
use
Oh
inspiration.
yeah, I bought
Pizza.
snacks.
You bought snacks,
I
use
bought
your
snacks
inspiration.
and I bought pizza. Shall I use mercy?
Can we give a triple inspiration for
I
that?
mean,
So you pay for the pizza.
I was gonna say I would
Absolutely not.
have the thingy on display
Ah,
during this conversation so they can
Okay.
see it, but I don't know if that would do anything. Better.
so much better.
20.
Oh.
Dirty 20.
Not that
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Oh, it's almost like he was in a
What
suit.
seems to be the issue then?
I don't know. I just heard screaming. People sound like they're in trouble. You need to go and help them. While I'm saying this, making sure that the medallion is on display at all times and looking directly into his eyes, like.
Okay. I mean, he doesn't seem to pick up on that, honestly.
More concerned with the people.
Come on! And they dash off towards the warehouse and start banging on the door.
Cool.
And as they do, it just swings open, and like one of the workers that you'd seen in there comes out, like holding his weight, and just drops to the floor, and just reveals like a massive gash across his torso, and just his intestines are just like falling out, and he's like just alive, like in this look of like pure terror and fear, completely covered in blood, and just dies.
Oh, fuck.
And the guards, find their resolve in the most ultimate way that they possibly
They just
can.
go, They got natural
They
20.
pull out their sword, take shields from across their backs, and they charge into the warehouse. Okay, so jump back to you. You hear a commotion in the.
Close the.
Okay, roll me a strength check. It's heavy.
I'll help him with it.
Okay, roll with advantage.
Oh!
Thank God for that.
You close it so well, it'll never open again.
I'm just going like, fuck this!
Well, you're struggling with it,
Was it
and
one
Kensei
plate?
comes up, and you just as that white-faced creature comes to the grate, and its fingers just get trapped, and its thumb just falls down, and the fingers fall down.
Fuck you. Run back.
The fingers that were trapped in the grate fall off and just fall down into the like shallow water at the bottom of these steps.
I
What do you want to do?
pick him up.
Okay, you pick 'em up,
Let's get out of this fucking sewer. Let's
Run,
go.
run,
Go.
Okay, so you fucking belt it. You make your way through the winding sewer
Yes.
and out
Before
the
we go out the
grate.
sewer, I'm going to use my last second level spell to use disguise self.
Okay. What are you going to disguise yourself as?
Oh god.
Okay. Cool.
And
you're
I
disguising
take
as a guard.
Frisk under my arm.
What are you doing?
Just go along with it.
Okay.
I go up to the warehouse as a guard with like, I guess a mace. I guess.
Okay.
No, before he does that, you've got backpack, right? Like the sack where you keep like who's got the sack
I've
where they
got a
keep stuff?
backpack.
He's
I've
got back.
I've got a satchel.
I've got a backpack. As well.
Is it big enough to stuff a head in?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Like,
stuff
just
heads
say-
in there all the time.
Okay. I give one. I hold the head up to one of you and say like, say that Thrisk had this on his person as proof that there were ones at the other warehouse.
Yes. Okay. Sweet.
Are you going to get me locked up?
Don't worry.
Don't worry, we can get you out. I'm not there.
Yeah, we can get you out. Aria, are you there?
I mean, are you back at the where we were?
Yeah,
So they're
before?
charging.
Yeah.
They're charging up.
Yeah.
Are you going round to where the front of the warehouse is?
Yeah.
Okay, so you walk round and you can see there's this guy lying with his guts spilled out on the floor, dead. And you watch as some guards, one of the guards comes out like covered in face in blood. And like in some kind of comedy film where someone's having sex and they go, oh. Turns, like looks at you, Aria, goes back in.
I
Go
go.
get them,
I literally
Tiger.
go. Aria, it's me. Give me the brooch quickly. It's Alistair. I grab the brooch, put it on.
Random guy. Like, what?
Yeah. And then I go in with Frisk. What's happening? I go into the warehouse.
You're going to the warehouse?
Into it.
Okay, you're going into where the actual building of the warehouse is?
Yeah, like just taking one step in to see what it's
Okay,
like.
so the moment you look into the warehouse, you watch as the guard that's just run in. You can see he's kind of moving towards something, and suddenly he just goes as a blade just pierces through his throat.
What?
And his head just rolls off to the side as this white-eyed creature
Just.
How bad is the white creature?
Oh no.
and
Bad
just charges at you. Roll initiative.
Roll
Fucking hell.
initiative as well, because I'm with
The
you.
minutes probably wore off.
How
It's definitely
many
more not.
Yeah.
how many
Alistair,
humans? Like, well, how many? Sorry, humans. How many workers are alive?
None.
They're all dead.
They're all dead.
What about Dwarf and McDwarvy?
You can't see.
I got 14.
Wasn't the whole point to get rid of all the manga?
I mean, that's the main reason I'm checking, just to see, make sure there's no
Okay,
witnesses.
15.
Yeah.
Okay. For the sake of it,
How
everyone
many
roll
guards?
initiative.
How many guards
Yeah,
are
I
there?
got 14.
Sorry?
How many guards are left?
He was the last one. There was 3 of them. He was the last one who's just been. who's
So
just
all
been
the guards are
fired.
dead.
All the guards in there are dead. Yeah.
Fucking
So
hell.
we did pretty good.
Okay.
But now we've just
What did you get?
gone back there to
15.
fight it.
What did you get?
14.
Jack?
9.
You get natural 20.
9. Unnatural.
Very
Dirty. Because we dragged it through the sewer with
Dirty.
As a guard, I shout, back up, they're all dead, we need back up. Just to like anyone in the public to like get more guards, basically.
Okay. Roll me a persuasion check real quick.
With advantage?
Yes, you are. Yeah.
God. Not bad, not bad. Same
Because
way.
of our secret
That's
reason.
19.
19.
I think, yeah, 19.
Okay.
I miss being good.
Aria, you watch as
I
people,
super.
like you see some people like dart off down another street.
So yeah, as I see,
Okay,
as I see
so
the white one, I will
has
just
everyone
shout.
rolled initiative?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
What did you get?
so they got a 9, so W9.
So
That's good.
who goes first out of me and that guy then?
Did you
got
both
it.
get a 9?
Yeah.
So it would be you.
It's a white. It's definitely white. Would I?
Where is
white.
It's a white. It's W. That's mega.
So where are you?
I've just walked through the door.
So
I've just
I'm sorry, I meant
stepped
your
through
thing.
the- Oh,
So you're here.
so that was
So
there.
it was up here.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys can place
I'm
yourselves
with
when you come
Frisk.
in. So all of you.
I've taken
Yeah,
Frisk
first
with
is
me.
I'm right next to
Okay.
Alistair.
What about you guys?
I was
You're
still
outside.
outside.
Okay.
That's fine, I'll do.
What's the initiative order so I can just tell?
Me, Alistair, Thrisk, Kensei, you.
Okay, cool. So
Is it? Was it by? Is it by crates? Did you say?
it's next
These
to
are
some
crates.
crates.
Above
These
it,
are like
yeah.
these are like shelves.
Shelves
with
and things
crates and things
on
like-
them,
So they
cool.
count as half cover, I think it is. Yeah, they count as half
I'm
cover.
really stressed out and I'm trying not to eat all the Pringles.
Just stress
Sorry.
it.
Is,
What's
is
that?
Rusty taking part or no?
I don't have his sheet,
Okay.
so he is going to try and get the guards
Okay, cool.
because
it's
otherwise
me
I will have no
Do
way
it blind.
to play in.
It's you first then.
You,
Isn't it?
that's the entrance of the
then.
weapon.
So is
Hell.
this
I don't know.
closed? This
Waste
is
of
a big door
Where?
here.
You,
Is this a big door?
That's a massive like
Is it closed?
bunch of doors. It is closed,
Okay, so I have to come in through that one.
Mhm.
Alright.
but you can move through each other's spaces.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20,
just can't stay in them.
25. Oh, if I just get in the room here.
You'll be in the doorway then.
30. Is that the doorway?
Yeah, that's the doorway there.
Oh, actually, where was I here?
Yeah.
Get some water.
5.
10.
Oh.
What was the rule again? So, it's
So that'll be
50.
5, 15.
Five.
50,
No, it would be 5, 10,
Oh yeah. 50.
then 20, 25.
Yeah, I will do
you
that.
could get that. You could go 30.
Yeah, I'll do
Because
that.
that'd be your second
I'll
one.
do that.
I'm just
So
gonna
I'm
take a photo
inside
of
the
this.
room.
God, it's getting intense now. bloody
It's
hell.
getting intense.
Yeah.
And this is only one of the warehouses.
God.
I can't
The other one's
do
different
anything
worse.
else,
This is the easy one.
I will shoot my crossbow at him. Pew pew.
Give you.
And just so I can keep track of the bolts I have. I've got 30. Fabulous. Actually, wait. Is there anything to? No, I can't. I haven't got any more movement. It doesn't matter.
Would it be a sneak attack if you're standing behind me?
I can apply it anyway with my inquisitive feature.
It's come this way.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I haven't got any more movement, so I can't hide anyway. So right, I will shoot him.
Shoot him works now.
Shoot him.
And well, first of all, let me see if I hit. Nope. Well,
But advantage.
12.
I was just
Wait,
like,
isn't it sneak attack advantage?
He's not. I doesn't. It's only if he's engaged or I'm hidden.
I will fix that momentarily.
Yeah, I think that's a miss. 12.
12 to hit.
Yeah.
That is a miss.
Mhm.
It like sinks into the leather armor, but doesn't seem to have
Fucking back,
penetrated it all the way through.
bitches.
But he does have like a little crossbow bolt sticking out of his shoulder. He feels the weight of it.
Would Channel Divinity still work?
Oh, that's fine.
So I've got one left. Would it still work, or if I'm a guard?
I don't think it becomes immune to it after you've used it. Let me just double check.
Should I attack it or try and use Channel Divinity to get it away from me?
Kill it.
Kill it?
Then it adds a bit more like
Okay.
authenticity because
Yeah.
we can say whatever we want afterwards if it's still alive.
Right, so... I've got no more spells left, so I'm just going to have to use Firebolt cantrip. 14 plus 5, 19 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
D10. That D10, yep. 3. Do I plus my spell attack? Modifier to any spells or cantrips?
What was that, sorry?
Do I just cut my spell attack bonus?
To anything that requires an attack roll.
Oh, so not damage.
Yeah, not damage.
So that was a 3, right? I got a 3?
Yeah, you're on 3.
Yeah, 3.
3 damage.
3 damage. Does
Okay.
it look like it does more?
No. It like blasts off at him, and you can see it like chars part of his like arm, and you can see through the leather armor. There's like bits where the white skin has like crusted and gone black and flaked. But it doesn't really seem to care.
I don't suppose they were unarmed workers, so probably not. But I don't suppose any of the guys in the warehouse seem to have done any damage to it.
I mean, it looks like he's got some grazes on him.
I don't expect anything major.
It's more damage than when you.
I go to Frisk.
Okay.
I need healing. Because I'm just clutching I literally just throw a fireball and I'm literally like, help!
I need healing.
It's okay.
I need healing.
Okay, who's next?
Little thing in my pocket.
Risk.
I pull out some vines from my satchel and just kind of like lazily throw them on your shoulder and start jiggling them with my claws.
Just
fondling the vines.
Growing up your back and like at that time they stab you in the back and start sinking into you.
why?
Even your healing spells are horrible.
This is hurting!
It's injecting you.
I'm down. I need healing.
It kills you.
Oh, sorry, I only know the people out of misery.
healing. Let me just cast power word kill on him.
But I can still live. No, go to sleep. Go to sleep.
The true healing is putting your friends out of their misery.
One d8, and then spellcasting modifier, isn't it?
It should be plus. It's plus 2.
Plus your wisdom.
Oh yeah,
Plus
plus
your
your
wisdom.
wisdom.
So my wisdom, which is 3, so you get 5.
5, that's better than
Better than nothing.
So,
Anything else for us?
I think I can.
I think that's all I can do.
Okay.
Only one. No,
Who's
I can't
next?
check.
Say.
And is it you?
Oh,
Are
is it?
afterwards?
No, it's you.
Oh, it's because Med's
Oh yeah, you were first.
Wait, does,
Bell.
Wait,
5.
5.
I just realised. Do we have? Should we be rolling for Rusty as
No,
well?
I've already asked that.
Rusty's
No,
gone
no,
to
no.
guards.
Oh,
He's
he's
gone
gonna
to
get
get some
guards, yes,
guards.
Ben hasn't sent his character sheet.
No worries. Oh, no, I didn't get out there first.
Rusty's 5 would be really useful.
There would be.
Yes, it would. It really would.
So 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, I can just make it. I think 20, 25. Yeah, just make it. You're coming in from a different way.
This
Oh.
It's not
shut.
a door.
You can
So
get.
this is a shut
so
door.
you-
This is the door.
You can go
the way
to
in.
like there.
Oh, so my guy was over here. Is that where he
Five,
starts, or is it?
10, 15,
You should be like me, you should be
25,
able to just make it into
30.
the
You can
room,
make
yeah.
it like here or here probably
Right.
on either side
Yeah,
of
we're all
Alistair.
crumped
Is that where he
Yay.
starts? Because I didn't place him there. He was just there.
Oh right. I just kind of put him down somewhere.
Let's just say you can make it to the like either side.
You can
Yeah,
just,
I
you
can
can
say-
just
should
get
I-
into the room.
Tell me where you think I'd be okay to
I
start.
mean, I think As long as you were around where they were, probably.
There, maybe?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Let's see if we can make it. 5.
Mate, this guitar.
15. Yeah, I'm not going to make it. 20.
I'm not gonna make it.
25. 30. That's as close as I can get.
Just stand there and look mean.
You take out his head. Remember this guy?
And Samuel just reveals himself. I was the bad guy
I
all
was the guy.
Oh, not so
That
much.
guy was on something.
He's on
Steroids.
he's on a kill list. What? No, I'm kidding. He's on my Aria list. I say his name
Aria
every
list.
night before I go to
Oh
bed.
my god. You know what? Just for funsies, why not? Let's just try and intimidate him. Because I have.
Intimidate the wife.
Because now I have 2 severed heads.
Okay.
So maybe
Right.
it'll work.
Makes all the difference.
D20 for each hand.
It gives me an advantage, right? Because I got 2.
Unfortunately, not.
Well,
But I mean, I'm not laughing in your face at the idea. That's your
Roll that
advantage.
20. Roll that 20. Roll that 20.
Not bad, not bad, not bad.
That is 16.
It kind of, its eyes kind of gloss over it, and then just like bury deep within you.
Okay.
It really doesn't, it doesn't seem too phased about it, honestly.
It's your turn.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
so
Oh,
I gave you
okay,
one of the
let's see
heads.
what it's
but I-
made of.
This is where.
You've got
Right,
like, you
so-
had 3 heads at one point.
Yeah.
the white.
Yes.
One
Would I, what is,
Uh,
would I know what they're weak to?
Sorry,
Would Answer know what they're weak to? Clericness.
roll me a religion check. No,
No, that's a 7
Yep.
plus 5.
you just know kind of undead, not really the specifics. Okay, so first of all, moves up here to you, and it's going to use life drain.
Oh!
That sounds lovely.
Fuck.
So
Judging from your reactions, it's wonderful.
I don't know anything about it, but it
Sounds
sounds
bad.
horrible.
Yeah, just.
okay, 22 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so you take. I'm walking through this, so it's fucking confusing. 6 points of necrotic damage
Oh, sorry.
as
Does he heal himself?
Yeah, I think he does.
he's like he lets go of the long sword that's like rusted and covered in various people's blood and just grabs at you and like it takes you off guard
Does
and
it
he
dig
like
like
rusts
cut off fingers into my chest or something? Like.
on the wound on your neck
Oh.
and you feel these like cold like drenched fingers that stink as well pierce your wound and feel that life essence be pulled out of you. You need to make a Constitution saving throw.
That you're gonna get some kind of infection.
I have proficiency in
You're gonna get that with that.
Proficiency in infection.
that. Yeah, proficiency in infection.
I just get infected everywhere.
That's why I wear the mask to keep out all the unclean air.
I mean,
Nice.
you got advantage.
Oh, do I have advantage?
I thought you said you had advantage.
Oh no, I have proficiency.
Oh, no, no, no,
sorry.
Okay, so
Roll
is
good
it?
though.
So that's
Roll good.
21.
21 surge.
The 21 Constitution save.
Okay, so you feel the life essence pull from you for a second, and there's a moment where you feel like it's almost trying to drain you of your overall strength, but through sheer willpower, you kind of shake it off, and it loses grip.
Did it drop
And
its sword?
So like,
No, it's still got sword in its hand. However,
Bonus action.
what's this? However,
no, it's gonna move. It suddenly like shifts around you.
Do you get opportunity attack?
No, because he's still within his range, and he looks at you, Alistair. And he basically like grabs at Kensei, gets pulled off, and then kind of dashes round him
Hi.
to then grab his longsword and attack. That's a 22 to hit.
Oh,
again?
yeah,
Wow.
that's a big
For
Christ.
8 slashing damage.
Motherfucker, I hate this guy.
Are you still up?
Yeah,
But he's only using it one-handed.
So,
Doesn't mean less damage.
Yes.
Two-handed longsword, I think, it's
D10.
D10. So that would really
So
tough.
he brings up the longsword and carves it across your chest. What are you looking like?
I'm basically just only up because I'm leaning on Frisk. 13, 12, 11, 10.
And then
6.
it's like it opens up. It's like more, and the skin is like almost like pulled over its where its lips and mouth would be, and it just begins to tear and blister.
Lovely.
Right in your face, and like spittle just splashes over you, and it's like salt water.
I'm thinking like Strigger from The Witcher now, like.
We can flank this motherfucker though.
Okay, so who's next?
Aria gets the
That's
top of the
me.
round.
What is this thing?
That's a crate.
They're a bunch of like shelves.
Would I have to climb up them to get over them?
To move through it, you wouldn't have to climb up over them, but it would be considered difficult terrain to move through because you're having to like push past crates and slide over
Okay,
things.
would that take my action?
No, it would just be difficult terrain. So it would mean
Half
that
over.
instead of being,
It'd be half.
it'd be like it would basically be 5 foot to get in and then 10 foot to get out. So it would be 5, 15 to move through.
Okay.
Each foot of movement is an additional foot in difficult terrain.
Okay. Because I'm at a disadvantage with my crossbow because he's very close to me.
Well, it's only
And
5
just
feet.
so that you know, when behind these things give half cover
Mm-hmm.
because of the stuff that's inside them. So if you're firing through, you'll get a +2 to AC.
Okay. Well. Okay, I will put my crossbow away, whip out my short sword, and just get involved in the action.
Get advantage because of flanking.
Am I flanking? If I go here, am I flanking? Yes. No?
God.
Sorry.
Am I flanking? if
Please,
I'm
God.
here?
Do you deliver us our daily whooping?
Also, will I be a
No.
bit... No.
No,
He'd have to be
Alistair
here,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, Alistair is flanking. No.
Okay, well,
Alistair's
I want to
side,
kind of
Alistair.
form a little bit of a barrier between Alistair and him anyway, so... Stabby stab! Shanking him. Short sword. Okay.
Oh wow.
I mean, that wasn't really much of a roll, but you know. No.
Okay.
Sure,
What was the
two.
result? Okay, probably not. No.
It just did that.
Do you know how sneak attack advantage thing you got anymore?
I have to hit.
Oh, did you not roll advantage? I mean, is my point. Because
It's
you
not sneak
I don't
attack.
have advantage.
but we're flanking.
No.
I'm
She's
flanking.
not flanking him. Only
Oh,
you,
so yeah,
you
you're
and
there.
Alistair
Oh,
are.
sorry, my bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that makes sense.
Well. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Literally. Literally can't. I could bonus action disengage, but the whole point is that I want to provide a barrier between him and Alistair. So.
Who's next?
Me.
Alistair.
I get advantage because I'm flanking, right?
You are.
Right. I'm going to basically push off Frisk, look him dead in the eye, put my hood up,
Mhm.
take out my mace, and just be like, of course, let's do this. And go to attack him with my mace.
Okay.
Nice.
Hoping for the crit. Fuck. Well, that's
Close.
19,
Nice.
20, 21 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
That's a D6. What's the bludgeoning damage of it?
A mace.
Yeah. Do I get any proficiency for bludgeoning damage? Or is it just the type of damage?
I think it's just the type, yeah.
Alright.
5.
That's 5 damage.
Do you have a plus to anything for your mace? Is it plus anything?
I don't believe so. I think it's just a normal mace, unless it's plus anything for maces.
Should be plus
Yeah,
whatever
your
you use
strength.
to attack with.
Oh, strength.
Strength.
Yeah, my strength's a 0.
Oh,
Okay, so what was it, sorry?
It was just 5.
Okay.
Basically, look him dead in the eye and just smack him with the jaw.
Okay.
You gotta
Nice.
parry him
Oh,
now.
that's what that +1 is. That makes sense.
You
You
got
It's on the
don't
line,
actually
yeah.
know what
As
it
you
is.
hit him with the mace, it slams into him, and like you hear like shattering of bone beneath the studded leather armor. But with the force that you just hit him with, that should have
Shut
broken bone.
fuck's sake, what's this?
He is
He is
resistant to
tough.
non-magical slashing, bludgeoning, and piercing.
Wow! So I'm fucked
Not
as well.
sorry, did I say immune?
Yeah,
Resistant.
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 Alright.
Well, non-magic users are fucked.
I'm going to have to change tactic then. And hope I survive until next round.
I was going to do something, but yeah, I think I'm going to have to.
Yeah, I'm going to have to survive until next round.
That's what happens when you go into combat with no spell slots. Not that you can help it, but it's just the way that it works.
Kenzai, save me.
It's me next.
Oh, it's Fish,
You
sorry.
had to do it then, didn't you?
You just laughed.
You didn't really have an option.
I mean, I'm fucked. I got nothing.
Sorry, who's next?
I'm good at two things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're all too close to each other to do what I want to do.
Well, I need to.
I'm good at two things, and I'm holding both of them.
What are you thinking?
It would be something that would be a cone, and it would affect us all. They
I've
probably
got good
shouldn't.
dex, so I could possibly dodge.
Worried about Alistair with being on so low health.
What was
Risky
Kristen?
bias in time.
These poor guards. They were so
Yeah.
gung ho, and they got fucking slaughtered. Like, oh. Oh, jeez.
Wait, did we
It's the
learn?
guy that just walked out.
Did we learn that poison doesn't work against
Like he's in a
undead
Monty
creatures?
Python sketch.
Sorry?
Did we learn that? Well, those guys learned that poison doesn't work against undead creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
You
did.
learn that.
Yeah. No, so
Could be just those ones.
it
but
could
who
be,
knows?
yeah, you could just have been those. So I come in, channeling the vines that I've ripped off of Alistair. I'm gonna throw him into the ground, give him a little stamp, and I start whispering in Druidic. And then out of the ground comes all these like vines just start sprouting from out of the concrete, and all now the ground within 20 foot is all difficult terrain, and a creature, I think it just says a creature in the area when you cast the spell must succeed on a strength saving throw.
Any.
It just says a creature, so I assume that means I get to choose which one it targets. It's entangle.
A creature in the area when you cast a spell must succeed. No, I think it is still everyone.
It's every creature.
It's like a creature that's in this range.
Oh, I just have to do it anyway.
Okay, so you're here, so literally the only... Where do you want to do it? Because it's a 20 foot what, sorry?
I'm going to move in first.
They are already dead, so.
So it's a 20 foot square, and so you can choose where to put it.
Is there any way you could do it? You're gonna have to hit one of us with it.
I'm going to have to hit one of us with it as well.
Okay.
It's not damage,
Where
it's
do you want
just
where do you want the square to be?
If you're gonna
You're
hit
on,
one
you're
of
on
us,
the edge of it.
20 foot square. So can I start it from here? Do that.
So the one...
Yeah.
So like...
So,
can take it.
yeah.
Here,
You've got good
here,
strength.
Here,
It's a strength
here,
save.
here, here,
Oh,
here,
Don't worry, you're not in it.
here.
Okay.
I'll be alright. Hopefully. Famous last words.
So... yeah,
You just go down. Oh.
weren't you in the last one that you did as well?
I can take
It's tickling your feet, don't
Okay,
it, plants?
Nice
is it
massage.
concentration?
It's concentration, yeah.
Okay, cool. So if you take damage, you have to... If it's under 10, you have to get at least a 10. If it's above 10, your constitution saving throw has to match or exceed the amount of damage you've taken.
Okay.
Just in case, because
So,
these might deal more damage.
A
than
creature restrained by the plant can use action to make strength. So are they both now restrained?
So they have to make a constitution. The strength saving throw.
Yeah, strength saving throw.
Saving throw or be restrained by the tangling.
Yeah.
What does restrained mean? Does that mean they can still attack?
Doesn't mean that.
That means they
yes,
can't do anything.
they can.
Okay.
A strange
I'll
creature's
be
speed becomes 0 and it can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage and the creature's
Nice.
attack rolls have a
That one.
disadvantage.
That's good.
And it-
really good.
And disadvantage on ability.
Not good for you, no. But you just need to be unrestrained.
Okay,
If
so
I succeed in the
strength
strength
saving
save,
throw
can move
will
to
be
there.
restrained.
You can get strength from to there.
The
So you're not
target
in it.
restrained by the
Yeah,
plants
attack
can use its
Would I
action.
s- once I escape it, am I permanently escaping it, or would I have to move out of the range?
You'd have to
You
move.
have to move out of the range,
Yeah.
which at the moment you can't move, obviously.
Okay, so yeah, it's
I'm just
difficult
thinking
terrain
of
out, so it's gonna make a you're gonna make one as well. Okay, it's
Oh,
16.
21.
What does that have to be higher than?
It has to match or exceed your saving your.
My spell
spell-
saving.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's already done that.
That's
Then.
such a spell
like-
13.
That's why it's 21.
So the vines begin to grow up it, trying to restrain it. But as they kind of make contact, you watch as they just like go from green to dark green to brown to
Oh,
black
no.
as they just die as it grows up its leg. and they just fall
Will this
apart.
happen every turn? It's in, or is that like it? It's saved.
That's it. It's made
That's
to
it.
save, but
Make
it's
save.
difficult terrain in there though.
Does it still get disadvantage?
No, because it's not restrained. Okay. Anything else?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that it?
No, I'm going in. I'm doing something else.
Oh, I thought you had something.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm going
right.
to leap. I'm going to leap on him and bite at the back of his neck.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'm going to try and restrain him then.
Get
No, I'm just
up
gonna-
in
That's
this
his,
thing.
I've got hungry jaws once per short rest.
Restrain him the old-fashioned way.
Yeah. So I think it's just a bite.
I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
I'm re-rolling that with my inspiration. That's
Oh,
What was
natural
that?
one.
Fucking hell. Do I get? Wait, do I? I didn't bring any snacks. Wait, we all pay for the pizza, does that mean we all get inspiration?
Yes, that's a bit better. So, attack bonus +3, so that is 18.
18 to hit? Yeah, that hits.
Hits.
Nice.
So then I'm going to do my damage. 1d6
Damage.
+1. Whoa, no.
Whoa.
No.
It's just so amazingly good it rolled up.
What? Oh.
What was it?
So it's 3 damage.
Oh.
And then I gain,
Oh, but that's a physical attack, isn't it? It's got to be plus something.
yeah, +1.
Oh,
2
rolled
plus
two.
1. Yeah, I
sorry, I
rolled
thought
2.
you rolled 3.
No, 3 damage, and I gain
Same
3.
thing, like, you bite into it, but it's almost like it regrows a little bit.
It's just going around your teeth.
Oh
Well,
my god.
I've also gained 3 temporary hit
I thought we
points
all
from that as
shanked
well.
this thing, I didn't mind.
Okay.
Mate,
Who's
I-
next?
I can.
It's be me.
Can say.
Can say.
Me and you are
Right.
fucked. It's
Main-
not magic.
Main thing I need to check.
Oh,
Do
I'm
I
fucked
have
somewhere.
advantage because of
Yeah.
flanking?
Yes, you do.
Okay. So, question. When you have advantage from flanking, does every attack on your turn have advantage?
Yeah, every attack has it.
Even the ones from an action search?
Yeah, yeah, it's still an attack and you're still flanking.
Fuck this guy up, come on.
Which
We-
means
we lost.
I see where this is going.
Because I
I
had
on the floor, didn't I?
this whole like relentless spirit thing is good,
Got it?
but
No.
I have at my current stage it's only good when I use it in conjunction with action search.
Yeah.
But this definitely helps. So yeah, first attack.
Reroll.
Oh shit! Did we count that because it wasn't in?
No, it wasn't in
No,
the dice.
Oh my god.
So the first one was a 7, so +6. That's 13 to hit.
You get
13 to hit.
Yeah,
13 to hit misses.
misses.
Ah.
So that's the first
Strike
one.
across the
Just-
leather.
Just missed or misses that right?
Fucking hell! What is up with this roll? Okay, there we go. So next one's 17 to hit.
17 hits, yep.
Hey. I'm just going to roll the hit for the last one because I don't want to deal with the tension. Oh, yeah. Oof, so much better. And then the final hit is a 22.
Yep, that hits.
So that's 2 out of 3 that hit.
Pretty good.
Do I roll the second one?
No, they're all half damage, unfortunately.
Oh, so
8.
6 plus 4. So that's 10 damage on the first strike.
Okay.
And then 6 damage on the second one.
So that's 16.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that was with my action surge.
The white stone.
Carve through,
Say
find its
something
weak spots,
insulting.
like really precise hits, and you carve through. But again, it just seems like it's resisting some kind of the physical element of your attacks. Okay,
It's the white stone.
right. Okay, so choices, eh?
We are all surrounding it.
It's
The only thing
going
we've got
to.
going for us.
I aim for its testicles to insult its manliness
Alright.
and make it attack me.
It's going to go and swing at Thrisk.
I used to
And
learn
try and
back.
do the same thing.
Almost do it.
I used to learn back.
18 to hit.
Yeah, hits.
Okay, so you
Reaches over
take
and slaps you.
6 necrotic damage,
Necrotic
and
damage.
you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, so that puts me down to 24. Constitution saving. 8.
Okay, so your maximum hit points are reduced by 6.
Oh, fuck.
So I mean, just I lose 6 points.
No!
No, it's like
you
your
don't
overall.
What's your maximum?
Like maximum hit points. What's the maximum they could be?
27.
So it's
No,
now
it's
21.
21.
Yeah.
He doesn't lose any hit points from that though, does he?
No,
No,
no.
but if you heal,
So
it
keep
needs to
27 on the side.
Yeah.
Keep like
But when
maybe
you
put
heal,
it in
you can only
brackets.
heal up to 21.
Oh, no.
But like for
Yeah.
example, if you were healed, if you were given a bunch of healing spells, you could only ever heal up to 21 at the moment.
How long does this last?
I'll find out.
I think it's great. I think it's
Yeah, I think
great
it's
restoration.
restoration.
And
yeah.
So, what did he just steal my life?
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
It's
probably healed
nasty.
himself.
it's gonna just
Maybe we should have just let it come back in the sewers.
it's gonna do is
Just
stun
run
that.
away
It's
from
probably
it.
gonna attack someone different. Let's actually roll again. Parked. Nope, he really just wants to go for you. Apparently, that's what fate says.
Fucking hell.
So he's going to he grabs at you, and you feel like your life essence drain from you as he pulls his hand away. He brings up the sword for a 10 to hit.
Misses.
And
Misses, yeah.
it just like glides across your scales, but doesn't cause any damage.
He can't see you on his back. Just like,
Yeah,
And that's him.
Has any guard
How are you
any
looking?
cards showing up?
I'm
yet?
okay.
What are you
I
trying-
literally have a note in here that says killing is last resort, wants a clean job.
It's not us.
So-
It's not us doing it.
The
Yeah, it's true.
who's next after them?
Loopholes.
Is it you, Ari?
Me, back to the top. And it was an extra 200 gold if we found info on the hound. That's what I have written. Anyway,
You know what? After this carnage is over, we'll search them.
I can't do anything else. I'm just gonna have to hit him.
How's
Very
Richard doing on those
badly.
guards?
Fucking hell!
Wait, you get the advantage.
Wow.
You're
You're
flanking.
flanking.
first.
You're
God,
flanking.
you
Oh no, you're not.
Use a
Yeah.
different
Well, you
dice.
can move. You can move to there first and then hit.
You could move.
But that's metagaming. So, would you allow it?
I'll let you decide because that is kind of metagaming.
There you go.
Okay.
Let's give Val-Aeria a little bit of a chance to
Mate,
do some damage.
It's my brand that I never hit anything.
Well, DM pity save.
Oh!
Well,
Imagine
well,
that
okay,
was
that was
20.
out. That was a 15 anyway.
It was 15.
It was a 15.
Yeah, but it's got to be rolled inside.
Yeah.
Will DM pity
Sorry
save
about
you?
that.
I mean, that's still fucking hell, that's still better. Bear with me, man. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Yeah, that hits.
Hey!
Yeah, I hit something.
You get sneak attack.
You have advantage,
Yes, so yeah. Sneak attack is 2d6, and my short sword is a d6. So could I have 3 d6?
Yeah, it's a D6.
Thank you.
bunker shot.
The lucky snake.
So that's
God, what?
9.
Shows how lucky these snakes are.
13 damage in total.
Wait, you bought lucky snake die?
Yeah.
The snakes we haven't been able to find for you yet.
Yes.
Same thing.
Wishful
As
thinking.
it goes in and like sinks through its chest and it just kind of crumbles and the bolt falls out. Doesn't feel like it's done as much, sorry.
Yeah.
As much as it should. Okay.
Would it be more of an action to try and get my bolt back from his shoulder?
It's definitely an action.
Okay.
That's definitely
Just thought I'd ask. I'm clocking it down.
Just jump up and be like, hey, thanks.
No, you should. Thank you.
Yep.
Cheers for holding this.
You're literally all standing around him going.
Yeah.
This is another Kiri situation where you just won't die.
This is the fucking like orc war chief again. We are surrounded, but somehow we're doing nothing.
Yeah.
Whose turn is it?
I can't do nothing else. It is
Yours.
Alistair, yeah.
Firebolt would be disadvantaged because I'm 5 feet.
within 5 feet. Yeah.
But the flanking would defeat that? 'Cause it's advantage.
It would make it. Yeah, it would just be straight roll.
Fuck it.
Do that, please. Thank you.
13 to hit.
Just misses. You shoot the fireball
So
out
14
and it
sounds
just
like.
burns
Yeah,
and
14,
chars
I guess.
the leather armour across it, just
Wait.
missing its vitals.
I roll 8, 9, 10, 12. Yeah, 13.
Anything else?
Yeah. Can't do anything for
This is gonna be a long fight.
I know.
I can't use Sound Divinity as no, it's an action, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think. Undead.
it's an action.
Yeah, it's an action. So I guess I'm just that's it.
Okay, who's next?
Me.
Please.
Just checking something.
Wait, if
How
I
many slots do you have left?
I've got quite a few actually.
he
Magic's
hasn't
the-
used any spells whatsoever.
Magic is the only thing that will
Yeah,
hurt us without,
I've got
without
two
penalty.
level 1 slots left.
If I've Wait,
Fuck
I've
him
got
up.
I mean, I'm operating on the assumption we're going to rest after this.
Yeah.
I'd let him have it.
Trying to. I just don't
if
have
I
any.
used
Offense.
like they have to make
Oh,
a dexterity
so-
saving throw, for example, or wisdom
Or
saving
even
throw,
if they would give him a
would that be a
disadvantage
disadvantage?
to hit
Because
us.
of
Yeah, the only other thing I got it would
No.
give us all a big
They-
disadvantage.
It wouldn't be an.
no, okay, fair enough.
Why won't it let me?
It's only attack roll, so.
Oh, that's been really
I
bad.
mean, the only thing that will probably improve this
Do you want me to
fight
finish
is
it
if we thought to include
Yeah, just
Daira.
primal savagery. just to see
If
if
she's got
it's-
spells, I could probably help us, but never mind.
Where's Daira?
Daira just fucks off.
Yeah.
Daira.
She was like, I'm going to get information for you, and just fucks off.
Yeah.
She's busy in a pub somewhere again.
Toss a coin to you.
Okay,
She's
no,
singing
it's-
songs about her exploits where she's like the main hero and stuff.
Yeah.
That is going to be the best.
Just how she took down the
thing
wall,
to do.
War chief.
single-handedly.
Do it.
Do it. Because that's
Can't you use fun?
Strike
No,
me
it
down.
would hit Aria if you use Thunder Wave.
I could dodge it. Oh no, it's Constitution, isn't it?
It's
It
a
makes
saving
no
throw.
sense to me. It should be Dex because you.
Right, I'm gonna start growing my fingernails really long, my teeth really long, and they all go a bit green and poisony. And I'm gonna take a big old slash at him with my big fingernails. See what I do with that.
A big old thing.
Some primal savagery. Oh, this is a D100,
That's
isn't
a
it?
D. Yeah.
100, wait, what?
100%.
I instantly kill him. I don't know how I did
Still
it.
doesn't
That's
knock
just
him down.
I've murdered him. This is a D10, isn't it?
That's a 9. The 100 would have worked as a 10 as well.
Would it?
Yeah.
Is that okay? I got.
What number did you get on?
Oh, I can't remember. It was because
Six,
it was
it was
6.
So you've
You
got 6.
So 6.
For what?
Yeah, just 6.
You
6
just
damage.
slash
No,
Oh,
no
6
plus.
damage.
There's no plus. No, it's just a cantrip.
Oh, it's a wait, what cantrip was that?
Primal savagery.
Oh,
Savage.
that's
Okay.
magic.
So,
This is going to be a
I need
long
to check.
fight.
Cantrips
Where's
are gonna be
Rusty
our
with
best.
the guards?
Magic, it was magic.
I mean, every round is a second, so like
I don't want to
every
waste
round
time
is
doing
6
that. so I'm
seconds.
gonna
6 seconds. Sorry,
magical,
yeah.
okay.
So
that's-
everyone was like,
It's
They
been,
go-
it's been a minute.
6, yeah.
Yeah, 6. Yeah.
Cool. So that
That's
one.
right. Yeah, it says you channel primal magic.
Okay, so
Yeah, so
you like these bestial claws
claws
like extend from you as you
Yeah.
carve across it, and for the first time, seems like it really has taken
Yeah.
the full amount that you're meant to,
Yes.
that you expect from it.
right,
Thank
more of that.
Yes, please, more. Thank you.
Who's next?
Next.
Can say.
I'm just going to keep checking with
Why not
this.
have a
You stay with me.
Is this my no?
Advantage or advantage?
What is this? Is
Yes.
or
Yes.
D,
Yeah.
Have you actually searched?
D12?
Yeah,
The one that
it's
looks like a smaller
I can
D20
get
is a D12.
a second
yeah.
one. Really
The
nice
D10
one.
and
At the
the-
moment it's only one.
there are two D10s.
Oh,
One with
we-
the
Oh,
digits,
level
single
four
digits.
now.
and-
The one that
Yeah.
looks like that.
I get action surge at level 2. I get
There is.
another action surge. I think it's like level.
Do you not
10 or
have
something.
Yeah, that's it.
But,
No,
oh,
it wasn't-
don't
no,
you get
it wasn't-
crit?
That's the D8, isn't it?
No, you don't have one. No, I have a set that's
That's just the
actually
gunslinger.
single
right?
digit as well, actually. I think.
Oh, here it is.
Gunsling was like pulled from
I
the
have a
Obviously
quick
not.
heal and something that gives me advantage, but I don't really need to use
Yeah.
it. Since I've got. Plus, it would mean using up my bonus action. That means I don't get a second strike.
Fair.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
Gonna try to stick the sword up your butt.
Oh, that's
Oh boy,
really
oh that's good. Oh,
That's
that's
not
that's
as
not so
good.
good. That's okay.
22.
22, that hits.
For the first hit.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're hitting!
oh, look at these rolls!
Finally.
God. It's just kind of like
So
such
2
contrast between shit but good rolls. So first.
Wait, what was the
two-
second one to hit?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, second one was 19.
Yep, that hits. So it's 2 hits.
2
then.
hit. 2 miss.
4, so 7 points on the first hit. Oh no,
Mhm.
that was fine. I did it.
Oh, okay.
7 points on the first hit. And then, oh fuck, 5 on the next one.
So 12 in total.
Yeah.
6 damage.
6 damage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use my
We're getting him.
movement if I can. You have to tell me if I can do this.
So it's just like double movement essentially in the
So
the green
every
dotted area.
everyone will be
okay, sorry,
5.
I'm trying to do it.
10 feet.
So.
Wait, he made the. Oh, it's
Oh no, I succeeded on it. Does it matter?
it's rough
It's
terrain.
still difficult terrain.
Okay, I only have to deal with one
It's
square.
just you're not restrained by the.
So that first one would be 10 then 15, 20. I'm basically just trying to position myself between Alistair and the white if I can.
You're gonna have to push me out of the way.
I mean,
Is that possible? Or?
he's still going to be adjacent to it no matter what you do, but he will still be adjacent to it.
Unless-
Unfortunately.
Yeah, so
Because you can't actually move him.
Unless you barge me out of the way, but that's an action.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
an action.
that'd be an
Fuck it. Best I can do is just go round this way, go there, and then as I'm attacking, I'm running round and attacking. So like I'm slicing him and trying to get his attention as I'm attacking.
Okay,
It's like,
cool. As you carve through, yeah, same thing. It's not quite as much as you expect, but he's looking worse for wear. His tendons are starting to show and they're falling apart.
I'm back.
He's close to the edge.
What could be? I'm just looking up at the primal savage.
So who's that now? Is it me?
It's the whites.
It wasn't. It was corrosive damage. Does that mean?
Doesn't make any difference.
No.
It's
No.
I think as long
poison.
as
It's
it's
poison
not
is
poison, yeah.
ineffective.
Things like
and
poisons and diseases won't work.
Necrotic
Acid.
is.
Oh, yeah.
Necrotic heals them.
But acid is different to poison, isn't it? Corrosive.
Yeah.
He's gonna go for Kenzie.
Hey.
Hey,
Uh,
Mr. Kenson.
14 to hit.
Nope.
No, sorry, 18 to hit. Well, no.
yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, my bad. I apologise.
So excited there for a second.
For 5 necrotic.
5 necro.
Fucking hell.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
With your 100
Is
hit points.
necrotic disease damage then?
It's more like dark energy.
Dark and oh
Yeah, so 5.
But it could be disease.
So
yeah.
But that's probably more. No, that'd be poison. That'd be poison.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You've only just dipped into mine.
You got me into the 20s.
I'm 27 hit points.
29 is my max.
Okay. Strength
Been
save.
pretty lucky that I'm running 7s on my
Constitution, sorry.
Constitution.
That is 15.
Yeah, you're fine. Again, you feel like it's trying to drain your vital strength, and it's.
That puts his fingers into my chest and goes, go,
No touch.
Back away.
With that, it turns. It's going to carve at Alistair. That's a 15 to hit.
Misses.
Okay.
Nice.
What are you wearing again?
Scale mail
Scale.
plus shield.
It like grazes. It brings its sword down, just slashes across it because it's going down. It just glides over the scale, into the ground. Turn's done. Who's next?
Alright.
Stabby stab! Am I flanking?
Yes, you are. You are now.
Frisk.
Please let me flank. I need all the help I can get. Ooh, pretty good.
Sneaky shit.
21.
Yeah, that hits.
21.
To anyone.
And I get
Oh,
sneak attack
miss.
to convenge. Ta. Shite. 7,
It's just shout, isn't it?
8, 12.
12.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
greedy.
It's looking so damaged. It's like.
Damn it.
But it's going to the
away
end.
from death.
Who's next?
I'm not flanking anymore, so I don't get advantage.
No, you don't.
Make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Hold it.
Dawn of the Dead.
11.
It fails, so I get a D8.
Icky dong.
Oh.
7
Nice.
radiant damage.
Radiant.
Yep,
Oh,
same as
shit.
flame as radiant damage.
Oh, radiant
How do
damage.
you want to do this?
Yes!
Fuck that fucking bitch.
Woo!
So I basically look at it and my hand starts to glow the same colour as my dice, and I throw it up like that, and from the ground it's standing on, black flames just engulf it all.
Heavy metal.
Amaterasu.
Amaterasu.
It just like drops to the floor, like disintegrates it.
Fuck.
Ew.
Alright, you guys get out of here. I'm a guard, I can.
You sure? Don't want to just stick around?
You're not.
An hour.
But is it concentration?
Yeah.
Was it disguise
Well,
self?
actually,
That's what we were wondering about.
you might not have cast. Fuck. You're gonna need make a concentration check for me because you have
Is it
taken damage.
concentration?
Is
Yeah,
it
it's a concentration check. Constitution check.
Which is
Saving throw. Saving throw.
Saving throw?
Mhm.
No, that's for.
Okay, yeah. And when you got hit, it was just.
Yeah.
It was a big hit. So
Wait, no. 4.
4.
It's 4. That's what I got.
No. You drop concentration on it. I think when you attack, it drops anyway. Maybe. but I can't
I
remember.
thought
It
it just
doesn't.
lasted an hour.
It might. It very well might be, but I think there might be some
Okay.
parameters for it, but I can't remember.
No,
Well,
me neither.
anyway,
It's not.
I put my cleric, let my clericness, like my robes show. So I'm basically like a cleric of the religion that this town follows.
I'm going to. Wait, are you staying here?
I'm staying here. I can say I'm a cleric there.
I say to you very quickly, look through the dwarf's office, see if you can find anything related to
Yeah,
that.
I'm going to give the warehouse
Wait,
a
should we
once
just
over.
check if the dwarf's here?
That's what I mean. Check and see if there's anyone else still here.
I'm gonna. Fuck it, yeah. I'm gonna sprint off to the dwarf's office and just see if anyone's here.
Okay. Run me an investigation check. Or could you just wipe off the map? If that's all right.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was doing a general one of the warehouse just to see if there was anyone still in here.
Yeah, 7.
Investigation.
7.
No shit.
He's not in there.
Alright, good.
The door didn't seem to have been opened. No, it wasn't left ajar. Is what I mean. Sorry.
What was it?
His office door, like it was shut. Like the creature obviously didn't break through it. But when you go in there, he's not in there. That you can see.
Is he dead? Is he one of the dead?
Yeah, can I look at the
He's
corpses?
not one of the corpses. I'll give you that. He's not among the corpses. No.
So assuming we've cleared this place out, can we close off the gate now? Or the grate or whatever?
I closed the gate.
Cool.
Okay, well I'm gonna.
Probably don't want to stick around.
Is it worth rolling another investigation check, or should I just keep that one for looking for stuff related to the hound?
Oh yes.
No,
Yeah.
roll me another one.
I'll do that as well. You've got advantage.
My one's not. Let's get the worst one out of the way first. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, that's not bad. 17.
Okay.
2! Well, 3, but yeah.
Okay. So what did you? You got 17 and 2.
2, well, 3 overall, but. I'm just glad I'm not dead.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
I think you're just happy to be alive right
I'm
now.
just on the train, just like.
Why is it always me?
What were you looking for?
Anything relating to the hound.
Okay.
Related stuff.
Because we got to burn this $200 if we brought back some information.
Okay. So
Ken says interested as well for other reasons.
So as you go through the office, your instincts are drawn to the papers that are on the desk that this dwarven fellow was working at. And going through the drawers, you find most of it's smuggling bills, like trying to
Ledgers, basically.
yeah, basically ledgers. But you come across a letter signed by Uthrug Ledvain, and whilst it doesn't seem like the most interesting piece of information, as you read it, it talks about requiring deliveries to be made promptly because the hound will be disappearing again. And as you continue to kind of search through the drawers, you come to the conclusion, having read through these various letters, that at certain parts of the month the hound just seems to vanish, and no one can contact him.
It's a werewolf.
Yes.
Interesting.
But it's in the letter. It seems fairly certain that he's human, based on description. Fairly certain.
Fairly certain.
I'm
Does
gonna
it,
keep watching
does
the
it
door.
say that? Does it say, like, when referring to the hound? Does it say he or she?
They,
Damn it! I thought about this.
or just they, or the hound.
Yeah.
I would join in with Thrisk, just keeping watch.
On the door.
What was the name? Wait, what was the name?
Utred Legvain.
Ledvain.
What was he? Was he the person
That's
basically?
the stage name.
He was the one talking about the hound in the
Wait, how do you
letters.
spell that?
That's how I spelled it. I don't know.
Wait, what was it? Ufa.
Uthrag
Face.
Leadvein. Leadvein. It disappears at 7.
It's got to be a werewolf.
I think he's a woman.
Werewolf. Full moons, isn't it?
We all never know, because I'm never going to tell you any of this now.
I'm worried there was something this strong here. This creature wasn't normal, undead.
I agree. How did they even get into these sewers?
I just take, I put the head that you gave me back in the bag, and just hide it in my little satchel bag.
Can I do a little dissection? I want to cut into the white.
Section?
Just see inside it a little bit.
And then
Sure,
loot
rather
the
medicine
white.
checks. You can.
Does he have any poison?
Because my investigations have been going so well.
What? That any poison on him?
Hey!
Is one looking?
18!
Oh, 19.
19? Okay.
Yeah, boy.
What are you going through? The white?
I'm just cutting through the white. I'm cutting through his.
I think I
Yeah,
should-
just having a look inside.
Okay.
No, yeah, me and
It's
Chris is
rotting flesh.
Yeah,
It looks, from the inside, it looks like it was human,
It was human before.
but it's now dead.
Undead. Oh.
But it's like rotten and the organs are like fairly
So
like
nothing
useless.
remarkable about it.
No, nothing remarkable. You're looting?
18.
18. Okay.
What's this?
You find like a lockbox.
Ooh.
With a spoon.
Iron kind of design that kind of looks that kind of aesthetic to it.
Okay.
D20.
Yeah, it's a D20. Strapped inside of like almost like a pouch within the armor.
Okay.
Quite possibly something that it owned before it died.
Okay.
What did you roll again?
18.
Okay. And you also find a no.
No!
Decided against it. Decided against it.
You found the Konami code. Like up, down, down, left, right.
You just find a letter with the word no on it.
Sucker. Shake the box.
Broke the game. There you go.
Something just smashes.
There is just a note in there that says, "Absolutely not." Signed, Damien Manson.
With a corner of dim.
Wow.
I feel like on his birthday we'll be able to see this, Damien.
Okay.
Alright, should me and Frisk
Can you hear anything?
me and Frisk stay here?
So I
There's
say,
some shaking inside.
okay.
Something shaking, clicky, clacky.
Before you even do that, I
Macrocks.
was like, okay, perhaps I think that me and Arya should just evacuate the premises
Yeah.
before the guards get here.
I need to trim my nails.
Alright.
I just... no, me and you
Spa
just
day.
stay. Remember, we've got the plan about notifying them to the other
As
warehouse.
far as they know, you've come to give them information about a second warehouse that might be infested with undead, remember? Giving them the undead
I've
head.
seen it.
And as I go out the door, I'm just gonna are any of the crates smashed? Are their
definitely.
contents spilling
Definitely,
out onto the
yes,
floor?
absolutely.
Okay, so you can clearly see the packages now.
Oh yeah,
What is it?
Can I assess what it is very quickly on the way out the
it's,
door?
it's like a
Spice.
Space?
package, kind of
Corellian spice.
like I don't know, like
Nice.
kind of hold it in your hands, sort of.
brick.
Yeah, like a brick. Or
Okay,
maybe a
we don't
couple
know. We
bricks
don't have
that
time to check that. Let's just let them.
We don't have time to unpack all that right now.
Yeah, go. We go. We leave.
Go, go.
I did wonder there if you would try and steal some of them, become drug dealers, but because I absolutely would
We
not put it
are the
past you.
danger.
We just take out King Mayfly from the inside.
It's like you thought we did all that stuff by accident. Nah,
This was totally planned.
this was all planned.
I go to the door with like resting on Frisk in the door frame, just waiting for the guards to show up,
Yeah.
looking beat up as I am.
You see a handful of guards come as Rusty walks
I've
behind.
got my shield high,
That's
ready to
them.
draw my shield. Literally, put my hand. Hey. just beckoning him over, basically.
Afternoon, citizen. What's happened to it?
Undead.
What?
some guards heard, and I heard screaming from inside this warehouse, and the guards rush in, and me, I looked in and I saw Undead, and being a cleric in training, I wanted to try and help.
Roll me a perception check. Because
Advantage?
it's technically true.
Advantage?
No.
I love how we
because
keep
it's
asking
technically
You've
true.
got to really
But I'm
impress
acting.
Ewan for advantage.
It's technically true.
But my trait.
What's
If
right?
I'm playing someone else.
Someone that you're not, but that is, it's what you're saying
Oh,
is
okay,
true.
yeah,
You
fair
are
enough,
fair
fair
It's
enough.
not deception because it's true.
Oh,
Wow.
No.
What is with these rolls?
14. 14, yes.
This could be worse.
You just saw, did you?
Done?
You just saw, did you? You just saw people being attacked?
No,
You seem fairly...
I tried to help, and I got involved. Like I said, I heard screaming. Guards rushed in. I wanted to see what was happening. And I saw Undead, and I tried to help, and as you can see, I wasn't very much use.
And I come over and I'm kind of from the doorstep.
I can vouch for this cleric. I have not met him before,
I'm wearing a sigil as well.
Yeah.
King Mayfly.
but I have come to warn the guard of a second location where they're storing undead.
Oh, a persuasion check.
Persuasion's as good as mine.
I want to guess from that.
It's a 9.
That was the best reaction to a roll.
That's what Frisch said at the end of it.
He is just giving you like the sly eye.
Are we round the
I
corner?
guess
Are we round the corner from this?
you're gonna have to come inside and we'll look it over then, won't we?
Yes.
Do you have any healing potions?
Are we nearby?
I'm like
Any what?
I would have gone back to the alley.
healing aid, first aid kits,
Say to you,
anything.
it's like, perhaps it's worth going back.
We'll look inside first and then we'll
just
see.
to reaffirm this.
Alright, so I put my arms around Frisch and fucked. I'm
I
so
can't really heal you either.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
Let's
so
face facts, you have
he
talent for deception.
heads inside, he turns to two guards, waits out there,
Superior.
make sure no one enters.
Are we
And-
walking with him or are we staying by the door?
He's asking you to walk with him.
I think you should.
But two of the guards
I'm
stand by the
instinctive.
door,
Then people will be like, hey, that guy.
and he just walks in. He sees this like mound of decaying flesh. What the fuck happened here?
It wasn't pretty.
What is this thing?
Undead.
Yes.
That sounds like bullshit to me.
Bullshit. Can you not see it? Look at its white skin. What do you think it is? You seen them walking around the streets often? Look what it did to your guard friend here.
How do I know that wasn't you?
Me? Why would I do that?
Two strange people standing by a door.
Excuse me, I'm trying to help. I'm a cleric of the city. Why would I attack the guards?
When you're in my line of work, you see a lot of stranger things.
And when you're in my line of work, you try and help people that are helping the city.
Well, my job is to find out who is helping and who isn't. A lot of people who aren't helping often say that they are. I'm not really sure what to do about this. Tell me, cleric. Your face is like...
That just made me laugh.
Tell me.
Tell me, cleric. Do you often find this kind of strange thing? Indicating towards the decaying corpse in the middle of the room.
It depends. They like cold, damp areas. They don't like coming out in the sun. If they were to originate in the city, it would be either underground, where there's not many people about, but
And there are people smuggling them into your city, using them as weapons.
Roll me a deception check.
would I be,
I need to
would
be
I
in this
be
room.
helping him with that?
Unless you say something
I think you should go back.
or do
Yes, I
something
do.
to
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
He's already
17.
He's already rolled.
You called the guards. You called the guards.
And I say, as he says that, I say, They're not usually found in cities, I can say that much.
Well, whether you're right or not, it's too risky to not investigate.
Can I ask a question?
Mhm.
Are there any like guards outside that were like unconscious or dead by any chance?
Outside?
Outside the warehouse?
No,
Do
they're
I-
all inside.
Do
They all got
I'm going to check the other two guards.
They're just
Do they pay any recognition to the...
Using your passive perception because it's already passed? No. Not that you're aware of. Captain Jensen.
Alice did the accent Alexander Arnold the First.
Right.
You sure the name's not Higgins?
Captain
Higgins.
Higgins.
Gerald
Jensen.
Higgins is the name.
212.
Can you... You told me you had some other information
Yes,
regarding
I
those creatures.
My friend, he said he had other information about the undead.
Up with it.
So you do know who owns this warehouse?
Don't pride myself on knowing the registration of every building in Seal City, no.
Well, it is under the ownership of the Hounds. The Underdogs, not the Hounds.
I've heard of them.
They've been smuggling in undead, keeping them underneath here.
And seems like it's been smuggling more than undead. And I point to the the packages that are screwing across the floor of like that stuff.
His eyes kind of glaze over them. Nods to another guard who walks over and picks up, tears, open the package, and inside you can see like vials of this red liquid.
What is it?
The guy brings it over and gives it to the captain.
Do I know what it is by looking at it?
Roll me an intelligence check.
No. That's
Could I roll it?
Sure, disadvantage because
6.
Oh, I have disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6.
definitely.
Yeah, 9. No, not 9, 11.
I mean, it doesn't look good. Agony. Or liquid pain, they call it.
Liquid pain.
Yeah, it's a drug.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, they see.
Hands it back to the other guard.
They have another warehouse, bigger, full of more of this stuff and undead for sure.
We'll look into it. Where's this other warehouse that you say?
Gorge Square,
Gorge Square.
Behind.
behind the laundry place. It's fronted by this laundry place. It's closed.
I know the place. Well, thank you very much for the information. You've done the City of Great
I just-
Service today.
On the check. Would it be an insight check to see if he's it's hard to explain it. Basically, if he's working for the underdogs, like if there's any
Insight. Roll me an
recognition
insight.
of that. No, that's an 8.
Hard to read, really. You're not really sure if he's actually noticed your night brooch. Well, your city thanks you. If you're looking to do good for the city as you say so, it might be worth taking a trip to meet Lord Visor Birch.
Lord Visor Birch.
If you tell her that Captain Higgins sent you,
wait, Lord Visor.
Lord Visor Birch. She's sort of the judge, jury and executioner in the city. The one who runs the justice system.
The judge, basically the judge of the city. How do you describe her?
Runs the justice system. In charge of the city guard. If you tell her that Captain Higgins sent you, I'm sure she'll make time for an appointment with you. Just don't tell her that I was eaten by a rancor.
Oh, this is a joke that's going to pay off months from
Yeah, it will.
when you get this one shot.
Just wait till the one day, like, a Tarask breaks through the bottom of Sill City and eats Commander Higgins.
You know what? It should be like Carmine from Gears of War.
Yeah.
Like just every Higgins
Horrific.
just ends up fucking eaten by something. God, the name Higgins is
So-
ruined for us forever.
While they're talking, as you were searching through, where the fuck do I put everything? As you were searching through the white and placing kind of the stuff that you found in your bag, at the bottom of your rucksack you find a piece of paper.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck!
shit!
Oh, here it is! I forgot about this!
Forgot.
Wait, did Sam actually write
Oh my
this?
god, it's like.
Yeah,
oh.
Did Sam actually write this? Oh my god.
Oh my god! I kind of see that it's a note and I skim down to see it's from Gaiac. And I just kind of get up and walk away from the group and read it.
Okay.
By the group you mean me.
Yeah, I just like. Don't like people really on my shoulder, go away. Where's you were?
Would it be pushing my luck to say, like this is Megan, would it be pushing my luck to say I should show the Lord the liquid pain?
Show the who?
The Lord, like ask for some liquid pain to show her.
Oh, I'm confused.
No, never mind. It's alright. Yeah, I guess we should just leave now.
It'd be good if you could evacuate the area. We need to cordon this off and properly search, and it's not exactly protocol to have civilians, as good intention as they are, killing and being inside a now investigation area. So, if you wouldn't mind, I would greatly appreciate you moving on, but I will assemble a team to look into this other warehouse that you say. And we'll keep an eye out for further activity of undead.
Pizza.
Your second
Two.
pizza.
Hello.
Hello, KJ.
Well, thank you very much, Captain Higgins.
Thank you.
Kind of nods and walks into the
Mouth of a rancor.
around.
The raincoat just bursts through and just eats him.
Okay, so you guys are escorted out of the warehouse, and you're back on the actual Vale Street.
Oh, God, so
Fuck's sake.
the name Higgins is ruined.
It is ruined. Oh my.
I can't believe I've made it canon.
It's like when you first said it, I thought it was a mistake, and then you kept saying it. I was like, oh, okay.
Captain Higgins.
There must be a Higgins in every game we play now. You realise that?
It needs to be.
Higgins is now just our inside joke.
Higgins.
The thing is, if this video gets released before the one shot, they're
I
gonna
know,
have
and it
no
will,
idea
it
what
will.
we're talking about.
Oh, don't worry. There's a one shot coming, guys, and it'll make sense.
Do you know what? I kind of want to make it like the I say this all the time now, like the fishing trip from Gavin and Stacey.
Oh yeah.
Where no one ever gets to see the one shot where
Yeah.
the joke originated from.
It could end up being like that.
And then in
Well,
20 years
watch-
I'll just release it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20 years later.
Finally,
Okay.
Shit, I've still got so much stuff from our old campaign in here.
Oh wow.
Oh my god, what's that from?
They're all notes from our original.
No way, can I see?
Yeah.
They're reminiscent about campaigns they were used to be in.
Oh.
Like, dear friends, I've received information that an orb has been found. Captain something something. I hope Lord something.
Captain Higgins.
Captain Higgins.
Another Higgins.
The
His
Emperor
Higgins
does not
family
take
stretches far
kindly
and
to
wide.
changes in his agreement.
Oh my goodness, yeah, I
That's the
remember that.
Mountain guy. And this was the symbols that we had to do.
Oh.
Hey, what
Thieves Guild symbols for That was cool.
Can we retroactively put Higgins in there? as the captain and cut off a bit.
Goodness, Captain Higgins.
This is my notes now.
Alright, I guess.
We'll be like a
Good
General Higgins eventually
I
to be a
guess-
badass.
Going back to the tavern.
Are we going back to the tavern or do we go in?
I think we perhaps need to rest.
I
Yes.
basically
I
just
don't know about you guys, but
look
I
at
feel
me.
fine.
I need a rest.
Let's go rest.
Yeah, we're going back to the
Yes.
tavern then.
Just cause, and it's been a while, and Aria wants to. She's gonna get back to the tavern by going across the rooftops.
Ninja.
Yeah.
Ninja.
Naruto run.
So you're gonna go. Okay, so roll me an acrobatics
I'm
check.
gonna make my way back to the tavern. and
Don't fall and break your
across
neck
the
and
roof
die.
I probably will. Acrobatics, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have a good bonus.
Are you kind of going on with them, or are you kind of just like going off on your
Oh
own?
no, at pace, but just on the
Okay.
rooftops, just don't want to.
My God.
You sort of nothing.
Your board is cursed.
You need to map that shit.
14.
14. Okay.
Mm.
You know what it is? You need to be.
No, it needs to have more grip. This is too slidey. It needs to have more.
I didn't think it was funny.
Fucking hell.
14. Still looking out for this green guy.
The green
So roll
dude.
out,
I'm like, who
Mr.
is
Green.
he?
Mr.
The
Green
Imperial
Dude.
Spy.
I don't know the colour. It makes me mad.
Like red for balls, just green.
Look, Aria's wardrobe is black, gold, and purple. I only wear black. Sometimes
Sometimes
really,
very
really
dark
dark grey.
Okay, so you make your way up easily enough, and on the tiled and slate roofs, make your way across as the afternoon draws on. You wind your way through the alleys from Vale Street up down the main road and pass through a few to get towards the Early Hound. As you pass through a particularly narrow alleyway,
Well, all of us, or
you are
I'm
on
on
the
the
roof.
rooftops, yeah.
Oh shit.
Being stealthy.
Roll me a perception check.
Because I'm so
No,
good at those.
Just. Alright.
So good at those. Well, just me or everyone? You and.
Just you.
Hey, not too bad.
double digits.
15. It's not
Oh, he's pulled
terrible,
out the
but it
monster
could be
manual.
better.
I do
This
remember
isn't
this.
good.
He's pulled out the
This
monster
isn't
manual.
15. 15. Okay. You watch 3 of these looking
Are they
things.
tieflings?
No.
Heavy metal!
They are hobgoblins.
Oh shit!
3, in
Not that
really
it's
thin black
Ninja hobgoblins.
Oh fuck!
Are you split
clothing
up?
with cowls over the head and bandages wrapped around. So you just spot the red of them as they dart out from chimneys and leap down in
Into
front
an
of
alley.
Oh,
down-
that us.
all of you in the alley. In front, one behind. And that's where we're going to enter.
No!
Good job you went on the roof. Oh.
Mate, I was determined to be Emily Caldwin and y'all are fucked now.
Oh, what? Wait, so how many hobgoblins?
Why?
3.
3.
You dead, Steph.
Well, they just landed in front of us.
Yeah, they've definitely been sent by our old friend.
Oh,
Such
yeah.
a really random decision, and yet that saved my ass.
It's probably safe.
So they literally were running, they
attacks
were
on
behind the rooftop.
Would I have enough
but
time to literally yell, knowing that they're in the alley below? Or in order to be too
yeah.
quick?
Yeah.
I think we know there's danger. We're seeing 3 figures just jump from
Wait,
down
wait.
the roof.
Did they jump down into the alley on top of these guys?
No, 2
Or
in
just- they
front,
just jumped
2 in
into
front
an
and 1
alley?
Oh
behind.
yeah.
One behind, 2 in front and 1 behind me.
No, behind them.
So you've done your
Right.
Prince
You're
of
still on the roof.
You've done
You-
your Prince of Persia shit to get to the top of the building.
Yeah.
And we're just it's like, where'd she What?
In a really narrow, 10-foot
yeah,
wide.
Yeah.
Oh, what a way to start
Alleyway.
the next step.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Interesting.
I like that scene from Old Boy, just
Yes.
fighting in the hall.
Yeah.
Like-
Old boy's great.
Definitely.
perfect,
Alright,
yeah.
so
That's
next
the
week, D&D.
Yeah.
The game.
What will happen next time on Dirty 20?